All right then, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, afternoon, or potentially late evening, depending on where you are in the overworld. Welcome to CGC race between Heck, Team Heck, and Team Sunshine Spark. Another exciting one for the European people here, getting out early mid-season. Joining me in commentary today, we have Sestrian and Captain MG. How are you folks?
I'm doing quite well today. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're burning some morning oil instead of midnight oil on this side of the pond, but it is a good day for rando racing nonetheless. And yeah, we've got some great runners here to show their skills for you today. We have been given the green light in the race time room, so we're going to start things off in just a minute. And I do believe we have a small handful of runners agreements today.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we do, actually. We have, let me pull it up real quick. We have Echoes, one unlimited beam ammo, one double damage, one unlimited missiles, and in the preset is also the all remaining nothings with missile expansions in both presets. And
All right.
Echoes uses correct prime item models.
Well, right away, the Echoes players get the main power bomb in Great Temple, and we see that there is both missile launchers in the Echo seeds, and that one of them is in Aegon. So early power bombs is the best you could practically hope for when you come out of Umos. And there's the other main power bomb under the ship in landing site. Great
Now,
start, Seed.
that's quite exciting. Hopefully, my audio is a little cleaner. I've moved the microphone a little closer.
It is much
Uh,
better.
It's
Thank
much
you.
better, yeah.
But yeah, main power bomb straight off the bat, pretty much for both players. Granted, for Prime, we obviously need Morph Ball, so that could still be a little ways out, depending. But you can't really get too far without Morph Ball.
Indeed, and yeah, with main power bombs, it's a good thing main power bombs was the first thing picked up and not double damage, because little fun fact, if you power bomb Alpha Splinter with double damage, Alpha Splinter just goes, and down he goes. Like, doesn't even transform to Dark Alpha Splinter, it just soft locks your game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to be aware of that. It happened to me in some rare occasions, actually. You don't want to have that. Oh, that's, I think that was the main launcher or unlimited missiles.
It was definitely an Echo's missile launcher type weapon.
Yeah.
We found
It was
Spider Ball at the Artifact Temple for Echoes.
that's interesting. Also, we got already hints for Prime.
Alright, I'm just typing him down here.
So Lucarius just doing hint picker, make sure there is 9 scanned hints. It's such a big divergence when it comes to previous Prime tournaments in the weeklies with only having 6 artifacts. Sometimes I keep forgetting to grab my other 3 remaining.
Yeah. So Lucarius is going for GFMC first. I can totally understand why he's going for that, since we have Phazon stood right at the start.
Whoa!
Yo,
Whoa!
okay, that's crazy.
That's
No,
unusual.
Alright,
no Phazon hunt.
Alright, and I've got the artifacts written down here. So besides the one we just found on Alpha Splinter, the other 8, there's 2 in Research Lab Aether, there is 1 in Research Lab Hydra, GFMC, Chapel of the Elders, Ruined Gallery, Crossway, and Observatory are the other 8 artifacts. So they're all in pretty good locations today.
Yeah. I'm scared as to what could be sitting in PMT then, because generally to see like a very early Phazon suit kind of gives me like almost PTSD to the fact that you're expecting something to be in that singular location.
Well, there is a Morph Ball related upgrade for the Prime player in the Cursed Lake in cache, so that could become pretty important later down the road. But we get early space jump in transport to Aegon for the Prime 1 player, and Umos 2 is dead.
So Prime's
Right.
getting kitted out quite quickly here.
This is pretty typical of most CGC seeds, where the Prime player ends up having a lot to do, and the Aegon player may end, not the Aegon, the Prime player, Prime 2 player may end up chilling a bit in Aegon for a little, waiting for something.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, there are bombs in the half pipe.
Yep. Some miniature explosives for the Echoes player.
And that actually puts the missile launcher in... okay, that's not an STK in Mining Plaza. I don't know what it is, though.
It didn't look like a missile to me, but I'm not sure.
So Emerald doing the on the bottom of Root Cave check. I don't think Frost done this. Just a missile expansion, so nothing too exciting. And Frost is heading through the ruined segment of Chozo.
Yeah, we already know that Gallery Tunnel, Ruined Gallery Tunnel, has one of our... not tunnel, rather, but one of the artifacts is in Ruined Gallery.
Yeah, so Space Jump was behind the wall, so the artifact must be in the tunnel then.
Okay.
So Echoes now have their Space Jump as well, so very nice to see that early, unlike last night's race.
We've also seen the other missile launcher, too. It was in Mining Station Access.
Yep.
So still no Morph Ball, which means the Prime player needs to walk around a little bit until they find it.
I do note that Epic Way does seem to be having some extreme game stuttering.
X-Ray. We got X-Ray in Portal XSA.
Oh, that's a good start.
I think we won... The first thing we like really wanna find is like Morph for Prime 1. And then after that it's like Barrier. So Prime 1 can like start doing a lot of checks.
Yeah. Now, Frost taking the save warp to go back, this I find a little bit unusual, because I don't think he checked Ruined Shrine, where Morph Ball usually sits in vanilla. So it could be that we just have a vanilla Morph Ball sat atop its own pedestal.
Yeah, with this equipment, the Echoes player can keep themselves pretty busy right now. With Spider Ball and Bombs, they have the ability to clear out 3 out of the 5 checks in the first part of Dark Aegon. They could do Broom Closet, Jump Guardian, and Junction Site.
Yeah. Junction Site is actually I think the most logical check, like from progression-wise. So
indeed.
Let's see how this will turn out.
Yeah,
also,
Lucaria...
Transport Center also might be something, likes to beat something. Like
yes. And there's a beam in Root Cave. It is Plasma. Already almost in Logic. The only thing keeping us out of Logic for that is Grapple Beam, yeah.
Yep. So we at least know the X-Ray Visor has kind of used its commitment for Logic.
Sorry, I need to stop for a second. It looks like Epic Wade may have had a game problem.
Yeah, his Dolphin is like doing the shader thing, I think.
Yeah, because I noticed that Epic Wade's game was incredibly laggy when scanning the Accursed Lake hint.
Yeah.
Alright, meantime, Lucarius is going to continue the trek through Dark Aegon. With 1 extra energy tank, this is not particularly dangerous, but it is stuff you got to keep an eye out for. Is that a... Oh, we found Borfball bombs in Crossroads, locked by Boost and a Dark-infused beam.
Okay.
Neither of which we have.
Where was Plasma Beam? I totally missed that.
It was in Root Cave.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And the Plasma immediately lead to Arbor Chamber. How convenient! And it was just a first. It was the Echoes Power Bomb expansion, which they don't need anymore because Power Bombs were literally the first thing they picked up when they left the house.
Yep. So heading into Ruined Shrine now from Frost's side. So we'll see what's sitting in here. Only 1 item that we can currently get. And then I think that pretty much just puts Prime into BK.
Except not... Oh.
Not anymore.
Yeah, now there's a couple of checks in play in Magmore, courtesy of that Various suit in Ruined Shrine.
Yep.
Yep.
And I don't think there was anything major in the Broom Closet. I don't see any other lights showing up on the auto trackers.
No, it was just a missile. Still looking for that Morph, though.
That's it, Lucaria. Show no fear in the trial tunnel run.
So we can now have Morph Ball as far as Canyon. No, we can't even get there actually, but
Yeah, the only
again,
thing keeping us out of Sand Canyon is Screw Attack and Light Beam.
Yeah. Could be here on Jump Guardian. It could be on GFMC. Actually, I think Lucaris didn't went to GFMC yet. He just went for the Phazon suit and then immediately went to Aegon.
yeah.
So we have like Calm Area, we have the Crate. Well, I think there was one artifact in GFMC, if I remember.
Yes.
So
one of
that
the items in
that's
GFMC is an artifact.
that's either GFMC or the chip or the
chip.
Crate.
Yeah. Now, to answer a question in chat, because I noticed it was popped up, the Phazon suit was found in Dynamo Chamber in Echoes. It was immediately put into play by the early main power bombs. So,
yeah,
runners, I'm actually hoping that we see, if I may be honest, progression in Phazon Mining Tunnel.
It's possible with obviously the early phase on. I always take that kind of fear that that's going to happen. X-ray leading to plasma kind of stifles that possibility. Plasma's probably going to be, or at least leading to something ice locked and Fen once we get there.
that's
But
Emerald in Junction Site.
Ooh, extra translators are always really nice to get. Especially for the Echoes players because, there's a progressive suit in Fiery Shores. So this is going to make Lucarius' life very easy now.
we're extremely suited and booted already, and it's only just left the 10-minute mark.
Yep.
Yep, so Frost just passing through Magma will probably get the Warrior Shrine item here. And then go as far along as, I guess, Triclops Pit as far as we can get so far. And it looks like Epic is back in game, which is good.
Oh, supers. They are important for Hydra.
Indeed. So yeah, they had to show up eventually.
Yep.
And it looks like Sunshine Spark has also made the dive into Fiery Shore, so is going to be picking up the suit for Epic Wade a little bit on the earlier side, which is definitely going to be helpful since Epic Wade is still missing that first energy tank.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, so that energy tank was not a logic. Was
we know
mining
that
station
the
A.
tree. We know that the tree in Chozo Plaza is dead because we saw an X-ray vision of that.
Indeed, I think that's Morph Ball and Triclops Pit.
Yep, looks
convenient
like it.
spot. Convenient spot for that.
Very nice.
Although the energy tank in Mining Station A, we have main power bombs, spider ball, and bombs, so it actually is in logic. So we already do have a logical energy tank.
True. But Lucaris did the space jump thing anyway. But yeah.
Now, Frost is left with a very awkward situation where
that's Echo Visor. Damn.
Wow, Seed, slow down. This is getting, this is a lot of progression items in the first 15 minutes here. Now, granted, this is pretty common with multi-pickup placement, is that it'll place a large series of items in front of you, but it expects you to use them. So, if Echo Visor is required for more than one thing, well, the Echo Visor checks are pretty spread out.
Yeah. So Frost probably should be routing back to pick up main power bombs, because that's his only form of bombs currently until Boost Ball for the Echoes players picked up. And a Dark Beam of some sort.
Indeed.
Yeah. On the Echo side, you really want to have like beams now at this point.
Yeah, because, no beams early is probably the biggest detriment in early game Echoes.
Yeah, definitely.
And we kind of don't have any beams in Prime because early Plasma only ever gets us one check with the current loadout. It's like almost not having it.
So yeah, let's see what Bomb Guardian has. Just a missile.
It was very entertaining watching Bomb Guardian on the weekly settings last night because you couldn't tell whether he was like flashing for weakness at all. It was so hard to discern. It was quite amusing.
Yeah,
Well,
I heard there were some kerfuffles about that. My apologies.
Nah, it's fine. Like those types of things tend to happen. We've had it plenty of times in the past.
Yeah, I know we had a prime seed where Scan Visor was locking itself in a fifth weekly,
Yeah,
and that led to a kerfuffle, so I guess it was bound to happen eventually for Echoes.
yeah. It's good grounds to find them, which is always a kind of positive.
Alright, so there wasn't anything major in the Aegon Energy Controller, so it's back to... I believe this equipment gives us access to labs, except it's only a vanilla storage D run at this point. With early Echo, I wouldn't be surprised if Annihilator shows up soon, because that would put Profane Path into logic.
So Frost is heading back to the landing site to pick up those main power bombs, and we'll probably head into Frigate Crash Site as well to grab the item there.
Yeah, just Space Jump is enough to put this in logic.
Yep.
See if we can get another good look at what's in Mining Plaza. It looks to be a missile expansion, Echo's missile expansion. Actually, thank you for posting that link, Dark Zero, because I need to copy that and update my own invite links for that.
Just an E-tank at Frigate Crash Site.
I guess Lucarius is gonna go for the Hive Chambers now.
Never mind, it's already correct. Alright, so yeah, Hive Chambers. Hive Chambers is a pretty good play after doing the initial Aegon loop. You get both items in GFMC on top of that, since Jump Guardian triggers the item on the ship. And with this equipment, we can almost do Sank Entrance. We're just looking for Boost Ball.
Yep.
And Sank Entrance is a interesting location. In most experiences, it tends to have progression as soon as it's in logic, because it's surprisingly easy to put in play. It only needs Spider Ball, Boost Ball, and main power bombs, and Emerald Translator to get in, obviously. But other than that, it doesn't need a whole lot else.
It's true. And we got a nuke DMT here. And it's double damage.
Ooh, very nice pickup to have. Now, we should issue a mild flickering image warning for the folks at home if you are sensitive to that, because double damage makes Samus glow red like that, but it doesn't interact particularly well with light fields, so there might be some flickering there if that does come up, so fair warning.
Now, Frost is back in the early Chozo segment and can now head into middle Chozo, which is good with that Morph Ball. So just doing some cleanup.
We're seeing
Nothing
a
yet
central
of interest.
We're seeing a central mining station play from Epic Wade, who might be just taking this into labs. And there is, we can get the item courtesy of Spider Ball and Space Jump, so perfectly in logic at this point. In labs, there are... Technically, if you want to check Vanilla Storage D, there are 4 items in play. There's Central Mining, Command Center, Bioenergy, and Storage D. And then, if you reload the area, Main Reactor. After Dark Samus.
Also, we found Boost Ball for Prime 1 in Hive Chamber B.
Ooh, wow. Pretty stacked Hive Chambers today.
Yeah, but it's always nice to see boost.
Yeah, you can go
it doesn't
fast.
really boost too much right now, outside of movement.
And wow, missiles led to Dark Visor in Storage Cavern B, so the Echoes player is now decked out with all visors.
Yep. Also that, like, a Seeker's a way to, like, go through, well, actually we need still a beam. We still need, like, beam. And we could access Sank from the front.
Indeed.
So we're finally gonna see com area here and like the GFMC loop.
Yeah, it's typical for runners to put off the GFMC loop if they can. Main power bombs did put GFMC into logic pretty much right away. Okay, missile related upgrade in Reliquary, so it is not reliquired today.
We're getting our initial check of the Gathering Hall and Watery Hall kind of section here. We
Yeah,
know
there's
we
a
can't go into Zoid unless we intentionally want to, I guess, take the save reset because we know where bombs are.
indeed.
I don't know if Frost is able to do the wall boost, but I don't think it's worth
It's
going
not a
for
very
that.
good wall boost.
Yeah, that. Beside that fact.
And in the crate was just a missile. Now, Lucarius is not bothering to dupe that because Randovania does remember the exact item it sent over and will not send a duped item. So, therefore, it wouldn't benefit Frost to have Lucarius dupe that missile tank again.
Now, there we go. I was about to question whether Frost knew that they had boost ball because they hadn't been using it.
Ooh,
There's
screw
screw
attack.
attack.
That is really important.
Well, that's really big because Screw Attack is A, required. Ooh, there is a beam for Lucarius and Incash 4, so Dart Beam locks another beam.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's
Please
really
don't
good
be
in
wave.
Well, it's an Echo's beam, so it has to be Light or
Oh,
Annihilator. Oh boy, that Incash 4 progression is actually, it's a lot more common when Dark Beam is late to the bandwagon, and today it looks to be late to the bandwagon, so... Oh, there's a Metroid here in Gathering Hall, but it's Dark Ammo.
yeah, just more ammo. So, until we see bombs, there's not a whole lot that can be done on the prime side. We technically could say do a soft reset in Zoid, hoping that we find an Echoes item. We do have Lava Lake available to us, so there is that. But outside of that, I don't think there's much else that we can physically check without seeing either wave, ice, or bombs at this stage.
But we know where the bombs for Prime are, but we need boosts on the Echo side. So we
Yeah.
kinda have to look out for boosts on Echoes. Or like Dark Beam, I guess.
Now, have either of the Prime players checked the tree since picking up supers?
Yeah, it was just a missile.
Okay.
Yep.
Frost had done a check of it with X-ray when passing, and then eventually went back for it just for a wee missile top up.
Okay. Alright, Epic Wit is now doing their opening into Dark Aegon. Ooh, but morphed a little too early there. You can get back up to the platform using a slope jump off that wall column over there, so you don't have to go up the elevator every single time. But it looks like Frost is going to make that Lava Lake play, like you said. We're also going to see what's under the temple here. Was that Dark
Oh,
Burst?
I think that was Dark Beam.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
Dark?
it's Dark
Yeah,
Beam.
it is.
Okay.
Dark Beam.
That's in cache 4 play now.
Yep, perfectly in logic courtesy of Emerald Translator, so... That's, back to Aegon we go.
Yep.
Remind me again, Emerald Translator was in Junction Site, right?
Yes.
So you got to go to Junction Site to go back to the Emerald Gate to get Dark Beam, and then go all the way back to the exact same spot if you could.
Oh, it was unlimited missiles.
Oh, wow.
That's
There's
convenient.
Amber Translator in Lava Lake.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's even better.
The Prime 2 player now has a lot to do in this second Aegon dive here.
Yes.
That opens up Sand Cache. If Light Beam is in Cache 4, I do believe that grants our runners Torvis access. More importantly, though, it also... actually, no, we still don't have Boost Ball, so never mind. Echo's Boost is still needed for Prime Bombs. Frost is taking an intentional reset here after sending the Amber Translator. No need to still be taking the long way back after sending over an item, of course.
Yeah, and there's not much else for Prime to really be doing now either. So they're probably just going to sit around for a wee bit.
Yeah. So maybe you can like get some in-game sound for echoes, I guess.
Coming right up.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Frost is just going to do the dip check into Zoid and hope to find an Echoes item that they can save warp out of or reset out of.
Yeah, that's a
Echo's
pretty
boost.
common thing.
Echo's boost would be utterly hilarious on Zoid right now.
It could be an intentional soft lock, so yeah, that is entirely possible.
Because
Yep.
I once did a multi where somebody else's Emerald translator was in storage D, and that led to Dark Beam. My own Dark Beam.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
So totally could happen. If
We
Ranovania
actually
says the
get,
logic makes sense, it will make sense.
we actually get 2 items here thanks to Power Bomb, so I hope Frost has one coming in.
Do the War Wasps possibly drop one?
They do,
Yeah. Yes, I
surprisingly.
can.
And yeah, it looks like Frost has two. That is the most resilient sandstone I have ever seen.
Power
That's
Bomb
funny.
Shockwave doing a little bit of a no-go. So it looks like Emerald is about to do the same play here at Zoid. Well, there's a
Ooh.
light beam.
Oh.
So that means Annihilator is in Cache 4. So the Echoes player has now suddenly got all visors, all beams, and screw attack.
Lucaris wants to do the BSJ strat. Like getting up here with screw attack bonking to the upper like half, and then gonna try to BSJ on top to the other gate, to the portal, dark portal gate, so Frost can get his bombs. But oh,
Decided
it seems
against it.
like he decided against it.
I think with Light Beam being picked up, Lucarius was being instructed there to just turn around and go grab Annihilator Beam, just so that way he has much more stuff to do. So it looks like Fendrana and Torvis have the Torvis keys. So there's at least one Torvis key in Fendrana today. Now we don't have a Chica hint yet, so we'll have to come back to that later. Did Lucarius check the Mining Plaza hint, or was that the only Amber hint we've seen?
I
I
think that's the
didn't
only one
saw
we've
it.
seen in passing so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he did not scan it yet. So
But yeah,
let's see.
Lucarius is going straight for Annihilator. With this equipment, Annihilator can actually put in Cache 2 into Logic.
Yep.
So there's a lot Lucarius can do right now. So the Prime 1 player might end up being in BK mode for a bit here.
Yep.
Also,
This
since
is
we have
the
Light Beam now, we have also Sank access, and with that Annihilator, that could mean like Sentinel's Path or Main Gyro.
Indeed. We can go in through the Aegon Temple elevator to Sank Spider.
well, the prime player just wants to pick their best location in hopes that whatever item gets picked up first is the one they correctly chose. But I think Frost is going to go for the Magma Pool dash, technically out of logic, but we can at least try and snag the item on the other end.
All
But
right, so
that
Epic
sadly is not
Wade
going to make it.
is... Epic Wade, on the other hand, is about to get the Emerald Translator, so that is going to be needed for them to retrieve Dark Beam out Transport A access.
Yeah, Frost taking a wee death here. Didn't get enough sideways momentum to make the dash across.
Oh, Lucaris is going for the out logic again? No, he was just attempted it once.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
kind of hard to do it with the Inglets pestering you. You can stun them with Annihilator Beam on a crystal, because sometimes Inglets go straight for the Annihilator field, but other times they just stand there, which is still better than them shooting you. And
Yeah.
Emerald is about to go and retrieve Screw Attack for Epic Wade.
Getting a bit bamboozled by the slope jump here. I find that the closer you are to the wall for this slope jump, the more awkward it becomes. I tend to kind of stand a little further back for this. But he gets it. We now have Screw Attack, which is good. Ooh, okay. Frost is setting up to do some some training chamber wall crawl here to check to see what's behind Wave.
A dark beam hint. Thanks, game. Little late.
I'm not sure if Lucarius knows the Seekerless for Mining Station B, but he could attempt that and get another intel.
Seekerless
Awesome.
has been gaining popularity as of late amongst the Echoes players. We get another hint that says the Hive Temple keys are currently irrelevant.
Yeah. Let's hope
But they're
here
an
we can find boost, maybe?
But they are actually an Aegon and Sank. That is Prime 1 Spider Ball.
That's
which
maybe
Houses up the
Dynamo?
Dynamo. Yeah.
It's Dynamo and Ghosts. Actually,
No ghosts
yeah.
because we don't have
We don't have bombs
logical
yet.
access yet.
Yeah,
right.
no bombs. Logical.
Training Chamber just has a missile expansion, so we're going to load up Training Chamber access to see what's hidden behind there. Which again looks
actually,
like another missile.
Dumb question. Do main power bombs put Flogger in logic since it gives you 4?
No, you can't blow the cover at the front of Flagra off with power bombs, so you can't get in. And you obviously can't climb Sun Tower with power bombs, so you can't go in from reverse.
Never
The
mind.
only time it's ever in logic is if you have a random starting position outside of Flagra.
Okay, I get you now. There's that hinted Inghive key in Mining Station B, and yeah, Lucarius is going to attempt the Seekerless. Almost got it first try there.
Oh, almost.
And Epic Wade, on the other hand, is doing some out of bounds to get to...
Oh, that looked good. Good job, Lucarius.
Is this to check Mining Plaza? Because this is towards Mining Plaza. Alright, we got Storage A coming up, and it's just Prime Missiles.
I think my SHB was just a tank, but we can get a hint here.
Yeah, playing for hints is especially important for the Echoes players, because if your partner's waiting on an item and the Echoes player has it, more than likely it's going to be hinted. But a really important item can be found at transmission ends.
We're now coming up to Dynamo on the prime side, so hopefully we see something of relevance. No, just more burner.
Just PBs.
Back to BK we go as a prime player.
Yeah, prime players are unfortunately going to be waiting a minute because just about the entirety of labs except Storage C is currently in play for Lucarius.
I think I would rather go to Sync now with that, like, items we have.
That is true.
Let's see what Karis is going for. But Labs is also a good decision. But with that Annihilator, I would think there's something in Sync.
I think what Epic Wade just did is do some out of bounds in order to go straight to Mining Station B. Very interesting play here.
Well, he gets an E-Tank and some missiles. No, he doesn't have Light Beam yet. Oh, he does have Light Beam. No, never mind.
Yeah, Light Beam is the only beam Wade has, but has not gone back with Emerald to Transport A access yet.
Ross is re-attempting the Magma Pool dash and again doesn't get enough sideways movement from it. Was going to go for this awkward slope jump. And gets it, nice.
Lucarius is also going out of bounds here to just get to the Dark Samus fight trigger. And Wade's resetting out of Mining Station B, having checked the items. Nice camera. Also, hey Dark Samus by Dark Samus.
Your deliveroo has been delivered.
And even if the power bomb didn't work, Lucarius had Annihilator Beam, which does for some reason 5 times more damage than normal.
But only at DS1.
Mm-hmm. And with Dark Beam, it's as easy as picking up the item and reloading the room to get the check here in Main Reactor. We'll also get a hint from the Key Bearer to see what's in Dark Oasis.
5's Frost
I would probably be banging my boost ball against the gallery half pipe, or the gallery pipe,
That's
trying to get
And
the
unlimited
artifact.
beam.
mm-hmm. So we
Unlimited beam
found
ammo.
So all three of the multiplayer pickups have been found in the relatively early game, with double damage on Alpha Splinter, unlimited missiles and transport B access, and unlimited beam ammo in main reactor.
Now, I have just realised there is one additional tech that is in Logic for Prime. It is another one of those soft lock techs, and it is the item in Upper Fiery Shoals, the Under Warrior Shrine one.
Yeah.
So Frost might be heading that way to go pick that up, and the benefit to that is that with Boost Ball we can at least try to wall boost out. It's a relatively simple one to do.
Well, what Lucarius is going to do is do a multi-BSJ to check... Oh, never mind. I thought Lucarius was going to BSJ to check the item in sand processing, but not the case.
To be fair, I don't really like that trick as well.
From what I've observed, it's a pretty tough trick, because not only do you have to destroy the turret from the right angle, but... Okay, Lucarius is safety saving, I think, just in case. But yeah, TGC, I think I agree with your assessment earlier that Sank is not a bad play right now, just given that there is quite higher density, and given that we have pretty much all the stuff needed to clear the place out. We could find Supers and Seekers over there. There's no Super Missile Locks in Sanctuary.
Very well done by Lucarius here.
You got it.
Alright, Wade just sent Phazon Suit to Emerald Pie, and should be making the full GFMC loop, at which point they will receive Dark Beam. Alright, looks like sand processing was junk, and I think Lucarius is just trying to... just immediately went right back out of bounds again. This is going to be an out of bounds to check the item in storage C without super missiles.
Ah, okay. I've never seen this one actually done, so this is quite interesting.
It also skips the puzzle in ventilation area B, so why not?
That's always
I
a good
mean,
thing.
yeah, I think the main reason why he did that was because he couldn't get back up this room because he just solved the puzzle in sand processing.
I think you can get up with a... Oh dear, screw attack out of bounds. Down you go, and that's why Lucarius safety saved earlier.
Yeah. That's quite unfortunate.
Ouch.
Yeah, folks, remember, don't oop and screw attack at home.
Yeah.
Doesn't go very well. Yeah, so Frost is coming up to this warrior shrine check that we're talking about, so fingers crossed we see something of use here.
Yeah, again, Echo's boost right now would be pretty insulting, but it looks like it is not. It is... Oh wait, we've already seen Warrior Shrine. It is missiles.
Mwah, mwah. Disappointing, but hey. So yeah, that looks like Frost is pretty much in BK at this point. I don't recall any checks that are physically available with the settings and the tools that we have available. The one thing I would probably hazard here, and I'd maybe myself personally do, is try to wall boost through Transport Tunnel A to get into Fen. Just with how dense the items there because we've got Plasma, we can get a bunch of the ice locked ones. And if we get, say, Ice Beam or Wave Beam, we can just warp out, reset out.
Yeah, during the seeding round, I had unfortunately had to give up Spider Ball because I didn't have enough power bombs to get to the save station from Under Temple access, so I was a little disappointed in that. But yeah, that's still an excellent strategy for just in case you find something to keep yourself busy for a little bit. Because again, the Echoes player still has a lot to do right now. We've got Torvus access, we've got Sank access. There is a lot that can be done just about all over the place. Yeah, the only we're locked out of Lower Torvus until we get super missiles, but as far as Sanctuary is concerned, we can almost completely toss the place.
I'm not
Now,
sure where Frost is going. Possibly just to kind of sit inside the stomach of a stone toad, potentially.
could do. With this equipment, and since we have Echo and Annihilator, unfortunately, Epic Wade still doesn't have Annihilator yet, but Phazon Grounds and Profane Path are both in play. Although we
Yeah.
may see Wade go check the Meeting Grounds hint anyway, just because of Amber and Light, but we'll see.
I've always enjoyed the chanting that comes from the pirates in the main room of Pirate Labs and Echoes, because it does sound like they're just chanting BK as they're heading out to get their Burger King.
Kinda. I kind of do see that.
BK.
Right. Frost is doing some more out of bounds here. We're doing some IBBF, which is a very good strategy on the simple basis that we don't have Ice Beam, and it gets us to far Chozo.
Yeah, in the meantime, Lucarius is going to give us the Dark Aegon loop here, and just about everything here except Feeding Pit and Warrior's Walk is in play, so might as well. That's a grand total of, I want to say, 6 or 7 items. It's a lot. Alright, Lucarius is going to start the loop from Incash 1. And I suspect what's going to happen here is Lucarius is going to do the loop, check Battleground first, do the whole loop, finish up at Incash 2, and if Incash 2 is garbage, we'll use the safety save in front of that room in order to reset. And probably go to Torvus or Sanctuary. Either is relatively equal distance from that particular spot. And of course, with unlimited beam ammo, Lucarius has no fear about just burning beam ammo for no good reason.
Yep.
And
And
Frost had a little bit of a down trip, so we're now having to do some prime Aether jumping.
how
Yeah.
bad is Prime Ether jumping?
How bad is it?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it, so it's kind of hard to say. I can't make the comparison towards Echoes either way, but from what I know, it's a lot harder to do due to, I think, some of the kind of the frame changes that happened in Echoes. Echoes is a lot more, what's the right word for it? A lot more lenient with the way you either jump, I believe.
I think it's because, yeah, when you fall in Prime, you lose control of your movement. But in Echoes, as long as you're holding L, pretty much, you can keep full control as long as it's held down. So
yeah, the limited influence really plays a big part in the either jumping for Prime.
I see.
Oh, and Ice Beam was just found in Plane of Dark Worship from Epic Wade.
Ooh.
And yeah, Lucarius did not have Light Beam on the last pass through because he had to go back for Incash 4, so that is a big deal. Ice Beam does open up a few checks.
Yeah.
So this IBBF play is actually completely unnecessary. Actually, no bombs means we still can't really do much in Farchozo, can't we?
Well, we can climb. Oh, we can't even climb Frigate Crash Site because you do need bombs for that. So, yeah, I don't think it really does us too much right now.
Yeah, Ice Beam is still really good to have because it is probably one of the most critical beams in the game, next to Wave. Although, if Lower Mines becomes an issue, then Plasma is definitely the bigger deal. Looks like more Prime Missiles in Incash 2. And I think Lucarius is just going to go ahead and save warp out from this save station to go to the next area of the world. Either that or take the portal to go to Sanctuary.
Yeah, I think I would do the same right now. Also, that ice
Prime is
beam,
indeed in BK Asda, yeah.
how do you think about it? Do you see like, do you rather have like early wave beam or ice beam? Like I saw people like saying, I like ice beam more, and others were saying I like wave beam more.
I find Wave being your last beam is definitely the crippler because Wave basically opens up the entire world. Like Ice Beam opens up little snippets of early world, but you need other items to get there. Plasma opens up the late game, so Wave really opens up the encompassing connection point. Ice would be nice if it wasn't for the fact that we didn't have bombs.
I see.
But without bombs, Ice is kind of useless here.
Gotcha. So it's still a question where we can find those boost ball, or maybe a cannonball.
Cannonball
Alright.
would be nice to see.
So Frost is
Yeah.
actually probably about to be well annoyed because Lucarius is about to pick up the ice beam.
Ice beam. Yeah.
And Wade's doing the missile, the DMT loop, so it's retrieved double damage and prime boost. So yeah, the $1 million question on everybody's mind, where is Echo's boost ball? Because that is currently locking out prime bombs.
And there's Ice Beam picked up.
Now, the nice thing is it's Echo's boost, so there are a couple of checks in Sanctuary and Torvis that can thankfully be ruled out, such as Boost... Well, actually, Boost Guardian could still end up just having vanilla Boost Ball. Nothing stopping us there.
Yep.
Actually, there is, because we can't get to that section of Torvis without super missiles right now. We
True.
can't get to the Emerald Gate without being able to activate the elevator, which is not available until we can get the item in the energy controller.
I wonder if we there are actually two plays you can do right now in Echoes. You can either go to Torvus right now, getting hints, or you bet on Sanctuary since we have like Annihilator Echo.
I think I agree with the only thing about the Torvis play is that we can only check one hint right now. The other two are locked out by super missiles.
Well, I think Kez is able to do some other mods. So
Could possibly do that, yeah.
I wouldn't rule out those other two, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I think with
the logical
Lucarius...
Sank's probably more beneficial at this stage, though.
Say again?
Following the aspect of Sank is probably more beneficial, especially when we're like Prime is at a dead stop.
I think I agree. Generally, in multi-world, if a partner is in BK, then density is the better option.
Yeah.
But with this equipment, Lucarius is just going to go ahead and check both of the checks here in Emerald Sky Temple grounds. So we got Profane Path and Phazon grounds both easily in play.
So yeah, just for chat, Prime 1, the bombs are in Crossroads and Echoes, so we're looking out for Boost Ball or potentially even Cannonball to go snag that.
Lucarius tried to... Echo's targeting screwed up Lucarius' puzzle. He tried to recover it with the last thing, but didn't quite get it. And there is the Prime Boost Ball in Phazon, in Profane Path, locked by Annihilator, which was an in-cache 4.
So I would probably be booking it all the way back for those bombs at this stage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think Lucarius is just going to leave this stone turned real quick before doing so.
Yep, makes sense. While Frost is trying to do some very horrible wall boosting up here. I've never actually practiced this one, so I don't even know what the setup is.
Oh, I just see that Epic might gonna get those bombs the out of bounds way. You can easily go to transport center, like walk running there, and then if you are able to either jump to the top you can drop down to the portal actually, and then just go do the portal and skip boost entirely.
Does the portal's hitbox extend out of bounds?
No.
Okay.
Like you can just go over the portal, or like a bit parallel to that, and just drop down just off.
Right, okay. Yeah, to explain out of bounds movement, because I don't think we really got into that. Basically, every room's gravity physics are isolated into a box, and as you enter and exit that box, you've got a 3-frame window to pull a jump. So, yeah, every time Epic Wade pulls a space jump out of bounds, it's a 3-frame window. So, yeah, out of bounds movement is not pleasant generally.
So yeah, I hope we will attempt that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks
Bellator,
like
I
it.
believe Lucarius did try once for the 3BSJ and then called it quits.
Oh, is he at the top? Yes, he is. And now just gonna make sure to not be too close to the portal.
Because that's so you don't get bounced off it and then kicked
Yeah,
down.
yeah. And
Almost did
that's
just
it.
then.
And that's actually a huge. Oh no, he
The
forgot.
room's not loaded.
The room is not loaded.
Yeah,
No.
about that. So, yeah, thing about out of bounds is that you do still have to make the game think, is this... the thing about out of bounds is you do still have to make the game think you're in the right room so the correct loading triggers hit. Unfortunately, Epic Way did not hit the trigger that actually loads Crossroads properly, or makes the game think you're in Crossroads.
Yeah, you have to when you outside of the box, or like I guess the room itself, and you have to like transition between the doors. You have to like stand on them, and then you can see on the map to the top right where like if you transitioned actually to the room itself. So in this particular case, Epic Wade was still like the game still thought that he's in the safe station room, which like unfortunately he couldn't use the portal there.
Alright, Frost is now making the play to Far Chozo, checking upper furnace here, which appears to be an energy tank.
Yeah. So Frost managed to break in with a wall boost here, because we're literally just picking up bombs on Lucarius' side.
Now we're going to get to see lower furnace now. And immediately finds light suit as a payback.
Ooh, that's a very good trade-off.
So now Lucarius can go check feeding pit.
I like that Lucarius walks into a portal with dark suit and immediately walks out the other side with light suit.
Samus,
Nice
what were you
wee
doing
transition.
in that portal transition?
Absorbed all the light.
The boost heat. I love doing that.
So time to activate the Hall of Elders bomb slot puzzle. See what is hidden here.
Ooh, and Lucarius is going to do another Seeker list here in order to access Torvis from this section, which would actually be a really good play considering that this does open up the entirety of the underground tunnel loop back into Upper Torvis. So it does get a few more items, but we should note that super missiles will not be anywhere in that neighborhood until we get to Forgotten Bridge at least.
Oh, very nice.
Lucarius has been doing pretty good with these Seeker list strats today, for sure. Sunshine, meanwhile, Emerald Pie is just waiting on Wade to get the bombs again. Is behind the portal, but that should still be okay.
Yeah, as long as he not like stands right before it, then he should be fine.
And now
Oh.
bombs are coming right up for Emerald Pie. Meanwhile, Flamethrower was found in Hall of the Elders. Thanks, game.
So what's the thoughts on Lucarius' plays here? Because Lucarius is obviously breaking into Torvis ahead of time when we have almost a good chunk of Sanctuary available to us. Do you think this is good, bad? maybe.
Given the circumstances, I don't think this is the best idea at the very moment. Although this is going to get Lucarius back out into the temple, but at the same time, the temple's already in logic.
Like I said before, you can decide between those two plays. I think if he wants to get intel, since he's pretty good on items, so I would consider it a decent play, I guess.
I think it also helps
it's a gamble at this point, I think.
It also helps that it actually is faster to get to Torvis this way from Aegon rather than go all the way through Temple Grounds again. So I think this is more just Lucarius trying to save time getting to the in-logic section of Torvis more than anything.
Well, technically, he could grab some hints in... what's the room called again?
Underground Tunnel?
No. The way, if you want to go from the front to Torvus, you have like those two violet hints.
Yeah, the Meeting Grounds and Path of Eyes hints.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's also... I wouldn't miss those. I really like those two because they're pretty close to each other.
Indeed, and we did find our first Torvis key in Torvis Temple Access, so that is the hinted Torvis key. We know that at least one of them is in Phendrana as well.
Also, I'm pretty sure Lucarius is able to do the super skip and secret skip to get early hints, so he could have done that. Maybe would help with routing.
Oh, I haven't been looking at all, and apparently Emerald Pie decided to go to Life Grove with the Ice Beam in tow, and Frost is actually following suit here. Looks like it was 2 missile expansion and 2 energy tanks.
Yeah, so
1 for each game.
When Frost got into the back of Chozo, Frost decided to go left, where Emerald has decided to go right, so Frost is technically a little bit ahead. But with those kind of earlier bombs. I'm curious to see if any of the players will decide to guess not from Frost. I was thinking maybe doing a bit of a bar skip over, unlock the gate and check to see what's in Hydro Access Tunnel, but I guess that's not in the books for now.
Ooh, missile-related upgrade for Lucarius and Poison Bog. That could absolutely be Seeker missiles.
That's true.
But I had to giggle a little bit because the Path of Roots hint was the Morph Ball Bomb hint. Thanks, game. We literally just spent about 50 minutes trying to figure out how we were supposed to get that.
Oh, Lucarius is safe warping. Okay, interesting. Maybe
so
going
I am hoping Frost decides to make the Phendrana play now that we have access, because we've had Plasma for a long time, which hasn't led us to anything yet, and we know a bunch of our artifacts are in Phendrana.
To answer your question, chat, Echo's Boost Ball was locked behind Annihilator Beam in Profane Path.
Yeah, it
Frost
looks like
going to go do plant?
maybe.
We
Lucarius seems to be checking those 2 hints maybe, and also maybe SDK hints. Looks like it.
Could be.
Oh, I know what Frost is doing. There's an artifact still to be claimed in the Ruined Gallery tunnel.
The tunnel, yeah.
Probably going to go collect that, and maybe might do reverse plan. Since we've got power bombs, spider, supers, it's probably a good idea to get this out of the way.
Aw, Chica's guarding a missile tank.
No Chica today.
Nope. We are going to get a Hall of the Honored Dead check. This is actually not a particularly dangerous one-way check at this point, because there's 2 ways you can get out. You can either slope jump instant morph into the tunnel, or you can screw attack into the tunnel. Take your pick. Personally, I prefer screw attack.
Screw attack is probably easier, but if you don't have screw attack, the instant unmorph is also pretty good.
So
alright, it looks like
4th artifact picked up on Prime.
And it looks like Hall of Honored Dead was nothing special, so we're out of there. Yeah, no, Lucaris doesn't want to fall here, because otherwise it would be a trek all the way back around, because we don't have supers yet.
Seems like Frost is going reverse Flagra.
Possibly
Ooh.
reverse Flagra or taking this into Magmar because Fen is our next hotspot.
Of mild note, there was a Wave Buster in Ventilation Area A. I don't believe we've seen that yet.
No, I don't think we have.
And yeah, we are seeing Frost do reverse plant, as you had predicted.
So with power bombs, this is actually a fairly quick pass over, depending on whether Frost can get the double on the bomb slots. Otherwise, it'll be 4 extremely slow cutscenes as the plant pod does a little bit of a jig.
At least it'll be slow cutscenes, but not painful cutscenes, or hard
True.
cutscenes.
Very true.
Alright, so what we're seeing Lucarius attempt to do here is try to get out of bounds here in the Dark Path of Eyes in order to skip the Supers lock in order to check Sky Temple key hints, and then what is going to happen is they're going to use another Seekerless at the Sky Temple gateway door.
Indeed.
We're just going for single bombs and bomb slots here on plant.
Unfortunately, it looks like Epic Wait did not get the Power Bomb impact on Dark Samus. Is electing to use Dark instead of Annihilator here. Dark Samus does not have any particular weakness to Dark Beam in this scenario. And with Light Suit, this is absolutely a painless traversal for Lucarius. No danger whatsoever.
Yeah.
Besides the usual screw attack out of bounds things you don't want to do.
A bit more to the right. Should be fine. Oh.
I think
Hold
Lucarius
on.
hasn't... Yeah, Lucarius hasn't loaded the room yet.
Yeah, now he's fine.
Unfortunately, I think the door is supers both ways, so no cheesing.
Yeah. Well, you can go out of bounds back again, but I think that takes more time than just go save scumming.
That's probably why Lucarius safety saved in Torvus Lagoon, just to save scum the hints and then come back to Torvus and continue the sweep.
Yes, I think so too.
And
we'll
with the...
be having a bit of an issue with this artifact. Crossway is very tricky to get into sometimes.
Oh, Carius is doing from that side. Interesting. Oh, well done.
Hey, if it's a tunnel, you can screw attack into it pretty much.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, the reason why that's so effective is because screw attacking does give you morph ball-sized hitbox, which means you fit into tunnels. And
so
just like that, it's
Plant
Seekerless.
has fallen. Let's see what Frost gets for the plant reward.
Alright, break out the notepads.
One key returned, 8 to go.
Yeah, that's alarming. Watch station access. Under Temple. Yeah.
Classic one.
Watch station itself. This has been pretty common. The keys love to stack themselves in Vault Side Sank.
Hazencliff. Also free. Under Temple Access, also classic one. Classic location. Main research.
That's still free.
Yep.
There's only 2 keys left. These are looking pretty good. We might actually almost be done here.
Area training site, yep, they're all in Sank. More or less. Besides like 2.
Sank and Lower Torvus, so we do need super missiles.
And
High
Gyro.
I mean, that's a pretty rude one, but otherwise it's still free.
Yeah, we still have all we need to do that. Yep. If Lucarius knows how to to skip supers and to Lord Torvus, which I believe he does, then he is actually in go mode. He doesn't need supers particularly.
Yeah, well, supers can't. Well, actually, supers can be literally anywhere in Sanctuary right now. It's quite possible Lucarius has two choices here: either do the out of bounds to get the lower Torvus keys, or go through Sanctuary, get the keys there, and hope supers fall on his lap.
Yeah, I think
Supers
that's
is
also. Yeah,
well,
go ahead.
doing Sanctuary is probably more beneficial because at least you know there is a lot there, and if you're capable of doing basically a full clear, like it's probably more sensible picking up all those artifacts and hope to stumble upon it as you're doing everything else surrounding it.
Yeah, I think I would also go for the sanctuary play because if you go from Sanct to Torvus there, and if you know how to do the statue skip, then it's even faster, I think, than doing the out of bounds and Dark Torvus Temple.
It seems
So,
Lucarius is going the other way then.
yep, seems like it. I mean, I mean that's where he safe warped. I mean saved. So I guess.
Lucarius might be thinking about just grabbing the possible secret missiles in not venomous pond, poison bog, real quick, because we do know that is a missile-related upgrade.
Yeah. Also,
But
we
yeah.
still need to find wave beam.
Yeah, that we've luckily it's wave beam we need to find now. Granted, for the Echoes player, that can be virtually anywhere, but for the Prime player, they're pretty isolated.
Yep.
As soon as the Prime player finds this wave beam, all it is probably from both players is just get your keys and artifacts. Mines doesn't look to be required at this stage because we don't have anything down there hinted at, unless that's where supers are. Logically.
Yeah.
And even then, wave would still have to show up first.
Yeah.
TGC, can wave beam be in lower mines? Is it possible?
Nope. Wave
Nope,
beam.
okay.
The furthest wave beam can be is, I guess it would be Light Grove or Fen Canyon, because you need wave to go further at that point.
I see.
Yeah, and you need wave to get to the workstation side of Magmore, so you can't just bust into PPC that way.
Yeah, Mines is fully wave locked.
Very good seeker skip there again. First try. No seekers. Poison bog.
Game, we want some spice. Now, granted, looking for wave beam is going to be pretty much our spice at this point, but even still.
Frost is going to start a little bit of the Fen loop here to pick up some of the available artifacts. I believe we had Chapel of the Elders, I think, was one.
Chapel's the only one in Phendrana that Frost can get right now. And even then, that requires powerbomb shenanigans due to lack of... Well, never mind. There it is in the top of Ice Ruins East.
Yeah, there we go.
Wave.
That would be go mode. Well, that might be go mode for HECC. Because if Lucarius can skip the supers and get to lower Torvus, then that's basically GG.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think he is going to do that. He just saved, so even if something goes wrong, he can just attempt it again.
So yeah, what you're going to see... Alright, meanwhile on the other side, Epic Wade's doing the Dark Aegon loop, just sweeping that area, as Sunshine Spark is possibly going into early Phendrana, is going to come across Wave Beam pretty soon as a result.
Yeah, it's going to put them somewhat kind of neck and neck on the Prime side of things. Frost has covered more of the game world, but it seems that Emerald has had a bit of luck kind of just stumbling into the right places at the kind of equal terms.
So yeah, what you're going to see Lucarius do here is fall out of bounds, because Cache B is the same room as Underground Transport in Light Torvus, which is the elevator that leads down. So Lucarius has to make sure that from Cache B, he hits the correct load trigger in order to load up Hydro Dynamo Shaft like so.
Yeah.
And just like that, Lucarius is in lower Torvus.
Yeah, there's like a purple door thing. You can like you can see that pretty good, and that's like your visual cue to yeah, to basically hit the loading trigger.
Very nice.
And yep, that's the 2 of keys, basically.
So yeah, the keys Lucarius has to get are Under Temple and Under Temple access in this neck of the woods, and that's actually it. After that, it's unfortunately Lucarius. Actually, does Lucarius? Oh yeah, the dungeon portal. That's unfortunately Lucarius's only way out, because the upper side of the lower side of Hydro Dynamo Chamber is currently locked, so we can't just phase through that. But we also can't go out from the training chamber side either because that gate is still down too. So
Yeah, Lucas has to fight PB Guard here if he wants or not.
yeah, luckily we can skip Grapple Guardian though. We just got to waltz under that. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a walk to get back to the portal, but at least it can be done.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
not to have to pick up supers, not to have to bother with that. Searching for it will save a lot of time. In case it's somewhere really rude. That is.
I also just realized, where was the one Sky Temple key that Lucarius had before checking hints?
It was picked up on the Prime side. I remember it popping up. It was kind of early-ish on.
I just say that because that's literally the only Sky Temple key that was in the Prime 1 player's seed. And then Prime had, or Echoes had 2 of the Prime artifacts, being Alpha Splinter and GFMC.
Yep. Yeah, Frost is going for Hydro now for his artifact, I think.
So it's kind of gotten here. The Emerald has chosen to go the right-hand side of early Fen instead of left. So they're going to have to double back into Chapel with the Wave Beam they're about to find.
Well, actually, Emerald's got a bit of a problem. Emerald does not yet receive Spider Ball from Sandcache. Epic Wade has never gone back to check it after retrieving getting Amber Translator.
That's a very good point, yes. So I guess it really is just down to the supers. So it seems like with the way that the HECC are routing at the moment, the fact that they are going for their keys and their artifacts, it seems Lucarius must be confident in just not needing supers for the rest of it.
Well, yeah, Lucarius can definitely get away with supers for the rest of the sea, because I think the only supers lock that he's got to worry about is Sky Temple again.
Yep. It's just going to Sky Temple Gateway again.
Yeah, because there's no other supers doors here in Lower Torvis. It's just the Seeker door. Actually, not even the Seeker door in front of... yeah, Lucarius is probably going to do like an underwater dash or an air underwater after reaching Hydro Dynamo Chamber to get to the Gathering Hall side, and then take that tunnel to Gathering Hall, unless he wants to do Seekerless Hydro Dynamo Shaft.
They could always go for a save warp and just choose not to do that and maybe go in and sank from one of its other entrances, I guess.
Could do. Whoops, unmorph physics. Thanks, game. Try to unmorph straight, the game throws you right.
If it's really spicy, you can try out of wall crawling to training chamber, but I guess there's no point in doing that.
So yeah, I get Light Suit wasn't actually required for anything important unless super missiles are chilling in like Fortress Transport Access or something stupid like that. Which we'll find out for sure when we see credits. There's the oversized Ridley Shadow that everybody knows and loves. Yeah, by the way, Screw Attack breaks everything, including crystal switches in most cases. Alright, Frost is going to get the 2 artifacts in Aether here and just finish the trek.
Yep.
And that is Frost's Actually, I think that's all of Frost's artifacts.
It's kind of difficult to see on the restream, yeah.
I've got my I've got the high def playback on my phone, and yeah, it's definitely Frost's 9th artifact. So Frost is done.
So I guess Frost is just going to do a few checks here and there just to make potentially Lucarious's remaining journey easier.
Maybe,
Or
maybe
heading to
not.
the save station, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because for those not in the know, the way CGC times are established is that it's going to be the sum of both players' finishing times. So basically, you know, take the 2 times, add them together, but don't divide them by 2 for an average time like you would normally. So basically, when one player can finish first, it does actually really help lower their total finishing times. This is actually basically what happened in my race versus Arrow Razor on with Arrow Razor versus Op and Mighty Caesar on Tuesday.
I did not watch that yet. I have to.
I do recommend watching it. It's a really interesting race, and actually the fastest seed so far I think we've had in the tournament.
Oh,
And if you're
really?
interested in watching it in the tournament resources, there is a spreadsheet that has links to the VODs timestamped at the relevant beginning sections.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Quick math.
Yeah, I think my the CGC's match yesterday where I participated was like 1:30-ish in finishing.
Yeah, I
So,
think 138, I think, if I remember rightly, somewhere around
yeah,
there.
I think I finished like 1:36, something like that. So yeah, I think this is gonna be even faster. Probably.
It's
Yeah,
going to be a
highlight
very
me.
decent finish for Frost, and with Ice Spreader in tow, Exo should be pretty painless.
Yeah, I think Frost will finish here with like sub 1:30.
Yeah,
do you
probably
Probably.
around the 126-ish mark.
Yeah, that's given the logic kerfuffle for boost ball for bombs, for prime bombs, and the fact that basically after that the prime seed is basically deleted again. Because yeah, come to think about it, besides Wave Beam in Ice Ruins East, there was no progression past those bombs, right?
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, the
Okay.
prime seed basically got deleted again. Almost nothing in Phendrana, absolutely nothing in Mines. Ooh, and I think Frost may have missed the boost.
Yep.
Oh no, got
Oh,
the
no.
boost, but after Ridley was flying out already. So
Yeah.
last second save. Wade is about to retrieve Spider Ball out of Sand Cache though, so this is going to give Pi access to Wave Beam. At which point, Emerald is probably turning right around.
Yep. So they'll be grabbing their wave beam and then basically proceeding into pseudo go mode as well. Because has Epic collected their hints?
Epic has not collected their hints, and they're missing both missile upgrades. I don't know if they are confident with Super and Seekerless hints yet.
Yeah, I don't know too.
Now,
That's
of
like
note,
yeah. Go ahead.
Frost doesn't have a tremendously large amount of missiles to work with here for this Exo fight, only I think 65, so it's not going to be a tremendously painless Exo fight. You're going to have to be a little conservative with missiles.
Yeah, I would reckon putting Ice Spreader off limits for that and just go with supers only for your consumption.
Maybe until Subchamber 4.
One thing I do like seeing on the Prime side is seeing everybody's choice in colour for Phazon suit. We've got a very nice kind of cyan colour on Frost's side,
Ah, yes.
but a very violety, lovely purple on Emerald side.
What I am
Okay.
hoping that they... Go on.
Yeah. I was saying I hope they will implement it with Vegas too soon. Like some individual suit colors, but I don't know how that's possible. Maybe some dev knows.
What I'm hoping for Prime 4 when that eventually comes out is that we do have something similar to Prime 1 where we can have the option to change to the dread suit.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
Because for those not in the know, in Prime 1, in the randomizer, we have this enabled by default, but you can link the GBA Fusion cartridge with your Game Boy Advance link cable if you have one of those antiques to get Fusion Suit and Prime, and I'm hoping they do something similar for Prime 4 with Dread.
I guess it really just comes down to where Prime 4 comes in the life cycle, the timeline of the games.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'll even still, the timeline would be pretty irrelevant given Fusion is way after Prime.
True. But there's the possibility that Prime 4 might actually just begin with the Dread suit.
Could be.
There's always that.
I always got confused with timeline and Metroid.
I think generally the way the timeline goes is it's Zero Mission, Prime Trilogy, Samus Returns, Super, Other M, Fusion, Dread.
Yeah, I can never remember if Prime Trilogy slots in before or after 2.
I think Hunters takes place before Echoes, though, given that it's the Prime 1 Samus gunship.
But Frost is now fighting the crab and is just launching supers willy-nilly here. Just trying to deplete this phase 1 as quickly as possible. Oh no, this is phase 2, sorry.
Maybe we wanna get the beautiful Metroid Prime boss music going.
Coming right up.
Very nice.
So, Emerald is now probably on their way to start collecting their known artifacts on the Sunshine Spark side. I'm curious as to what's going through Epic's mind, because chances are they probably will need their missile upgrades at this stage.
Yeah, with Emerald having Wave Beam and Supers and Seekers both still unknown, the Prime Seed is now basically entirely open. So it is actually possible that Supers and Seekers can be just about anywhere.
Yeah, it could be that Seekers are sitting in PNT. That might actually be the
Ew.
downside to this seed.
No, stop. Save it for the
Wait.
crits.
As we're
But
saying, as
it's-
Bellator is saying, like, these seeds for round 1 have been very, very quick, but logically these seeds probably are a lot worse than the players are making them seem.
Yeah, they've been logical nightmares, but they've been executed like jets. Because our race on Tuesday was pretty logically lousy because of the because needing to go to mines to get gravity to get plasma beam. But thank you, Air Underwater, for letting us skip that.
Yeah, I felt the same way in yesterday's match. Like, Cosmo was pretty much BK, and I found him like all the stuff, like wave, I think, yeah, ice and some stuff. And he still couldn't do anything, or not really much, because no morph, no bombs.
All right, so there was Sunburst in Calling Chamber, and I stand corrected. Epic Wade is going to go out of bounds to check the.
Yeah.
He's going to attempt the out of bounds to check hints super list. I think you need to be SJ to get up top here.
No, that's a screw tag method, which he beautifully executed. Yep.
Today I learned.
Yeah, I learned that too. The other day, I think Aaron posted a video on I don't know, race planning or something, or race results, and that was kind of enlightened.
Alright, so this is Lucarius's main gyro key. I think his last keys are main research and ATS. I think this is 7. Let me double check the auto tracker. Oh no, this was only 5, so...
Yeah, so we've still got Watch Station and Watch Station Access, which are heading out that way.
Yeah, and they're literally all right next to each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
So a nice easy route.
this has been and like I said earlier, this has been a common trend where the game loves to stack the keys next to each other like this. Because literally all 4 of the remaining Sky Temple keys are one room next to each other. Because ATS is right next to Watch Station right next to Watch Station Access, and Watch Station a couple of rooms away from main research. So
Yeah. It's just the nature of the multi-pickup placement, as Dark Zero is pointing out. Just the way Randovania handles it with the feature.
I see. Okay.
Also, Frost now on Essence.
Because I think
Yep.
essentially what happens as soon as the temples are available, Randovania will trigger its multi-pickup placement and just go, I have X keys to place. And the likelihood of them getting clumped together is probably pretty high, depending on how many available slots are open.
Indeed. Now I'm just wondering where Supers and Secrets are at this point.
Same. That's pretty interesting right now. But we kind of have to wait for carries to finish.
Yeah. To answer a question in chat, Team HECC is just getting their last STKs here. Lucarius knows where they all are. They're all in Vaultside Sanctuary. It's just 4 of them too, so it's not a whole lot of keys. And after this, fastest way out would probably be to go from main research to the save station in main reactor core. I just mixed up 2 room names there.
Yeah.
So Frost is finishing up this fight with no thermal visor, so having to go blind on the thermal phases. I have just realised that Frost has no game music.
Oh no, there's game music, but it's very soft.
Is it very soft? Just lowered then.
I think.
For me, it's okay. It's pretty decent volume.
Is that the
But I
game
guess-
sounds are fine? It's the actual background music I can't hear anything of.
Right,
Oh.
yeah.
Or pool skips. Not good.
Yeah, if Essence
Unlucky.
tries to lay a pool right over the corpse, can't do that because 2 things can't exist in the same place, apparently, in that room.
The most confusing thing is what is considered too close, because there's parts of the room the Essence will happily drop a pool at that is equally distant in other parts of the room where she won't. It's very confusing.
Alright, Epic Wade reading Sky Temple Keen's gonna discover that super missiles are pretty much the only thing locking out all of them. Because yeah, you definitely could get away without gravity boost this seed.
Lioness, if you're interested in catching up on the races that have already happened, in the tournament resources of the Metroid Prime randomizer server, there is a spreadsheet that has VOD links that you can click on and it'll take you to the immediate start of those races. Or, if you want, you can dig through Twitch VODs by yourself. But the resources are there, the VODs are all available still. And we've only just started round 1 as well.
Indeed, we plan on going 5 rounds of these, folks, and each round will last 2 weeks because we got 9 matches to schedule across 18 teams a week, pair of weeks. So yeah, there's a lot of cross game cup coming up, folks.
Yep.
Yep.
Scheduling 4 people apiece can be kind of difficult, as everybody has their own working lives, working schedules, and obviously groups are coming from different sides of the pond as well.
Ah, yes. Alright, that is key number 6. I think that's 7, actually, for Lucarius.
I think that could be 8. Presumably it's been through Watch Station Access.
Yeah, 8's going to be ATS, 9 is going to be main research.
Oh yes, 9 is main research.
Also, GG to Frost.
Yeah, GG, or single G to HECC so far.
Yeah, sing a G to egg.
Alright, I'm not going to mark them as done, and I'm not going to mark them as done until Lucarius finishes, just so that way
Yeah.
they're both given the bot invite simultaneously.
Yeah, makes sense.
But But yeah, definitely well played by Frost. One sub 130 in a CGC race in general, especially given that we still have missing logic pieces, is definitely a big plus.
It's something I've actually found very interesting, and you two might also agree on this. Like the very early CGC practice seeds, like me and Baha, me and Reggie were doing, were definitely in the 2 to 2.5 hour mark.
Oh,
But it seems
yes.
the tournament ones have really been scaling it back to some very quick seeds so far.
I think it might
Yeah.
also just be because in the tournament style, you're more battle focused per se, and you're doing a nice cannonball in Cat West. Sorry, that's actually a pretty insulting spot for it if you have to go back up. Because then you either have to go up through staging area the long way, or you have to give up cannonball to go up Cat West. Take your pick.
Oh, rip.
Unfortunate bonk.
Yeah. I actually, nowadays, I aim for the black bar, so that way I bonk sideways instead of bonk on the blue wall.
Yeah, I do that too.
That's how I was taught, was always aim for the actual kind of like the sticky out part of the terrain.
You can do either or.
As long as it works.
Alright, so yeah, everybody's pretty much on a key collecting spree now on all the remaining games. So I think the only missing items in the Prime side were Thermal, Gravity Suit, and Grapple Beam, so we're going to see where those are in Frost's credits here.
Yep. Frost just letting the slow roll, which is nice. Not much commentary in the race time room posts. Probably still just waiting, obviously, on Lucarius to get their side of things closed up.
Yeet! Thank you,
And
Cannonball.
Quentin has been deleted. Poor Quentin. That is Quentin, yeah?
Yeah, for those not in the know, Cannonball just basically yeets enemies, yeets quad legs away. It's really weird.
There was the confirmation that Lucas has all SDK hints. SDK
Yep.
keys.
Something you always want to see before the save warp. And there are the Echo
Ooh.
super missiles in transport access north.
Well,
Nice to be found at least.
Locked
For
by
bosses.
wave beam.
interesting. Also, now the question is where Seekers are.
Actually, getting those supers is a bit of a break for Wade, because as they're about to go right into Torvis.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient.
All right, so
Grab a beam and Hydro Access Tunnel.
Thermal was in Vent Shaft. Yeah, that wasn't getting picked up.
Did we see Gravity, or has it not came up yet?
We're not at Suits.
here
We're
we
about
are.
to see, and it is in Elite Research. Ew.
That's
Look,
pretty bad.
that is indeed pretty bad.
So yeah, there were a couple of things in Mines, but nothing in Mines required today.
To be honest, as a runner of Prime, I quite enjoy the seeds where you don't have to touch mines.
I can understand that.
But we still don't know where Seekers is, which they are technically always required.
Seekers are always required, and those still can just about be anywhere. I would laugh if it turns out they're in Phazon Mining Tunnel. Now, unfortunately, because Frost has not gone to Transport Access North to get those super missiles, Lucarius does have to redo the super list out of bounds here.
That could be a big issue, though.
Nah.
Would take a bit more time, but they didn't have the trouble to like search for supers in the first place, so they will be fine.
Yeah, and Lucarius keeping this cannonball will make Emperor Ing 2 especially a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you don't get bounced around by the inglets. For those not in the know what cannonball actually is, it's an item the game gives you when you're launched out of a kinetic orb cannon. It's supposed to be taken away from you when you... nice door unloading there, by the way. supposed to be taken away from you when you hit collision, but normally in vanilla you can do some out-of-bounds shenanigans to remove that collision and keep the cannonball, but in the randomizer we've managed to give it a physical item model in the form of Boost Ball.
Indeed.
It's led to some very interesting alternate ways of solving a seed.
It was especially helpful in the seed I did yesterday. That was a really lifesaver. Because since you take no damage while morphed, and I didn't had any E-tanks, it was pretty good.
Yeah, because you checked hints on like Dark Suit or No Suits 1 E-Tank or something like that, didn't you?
I had Dark Suit, but no E-tanks and Cannonball.
Yeah.
And later after I left, I think I had already like Light Suit right after. So yeah. My first E-tank was in Cache A.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That's how bad it went.
Yeah, folks, we are happy to say, though, that we are not done with our Cross Game Cup shenanigans. Once we find out what channel it's going to be on, we will have another race at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. So that's 11 p.m. UTC. And that is going to be Xenowars and Callum Chiss versus Despise and Hunch Bunny. So stay tuned for that, because we got more coming up for you, and there's still 3 more races over the course of next week.
I'm not sure what Epic Wade is thinking about right now. I think he was like going through the
Maybe trying to
SDK.
double check. Maybe trying to double check where certain rooms were.
Okay.
I'm not honestly though. I'm not sure.
Alright, and we are going for final bosses on Lucaris Lion's side. Let's see if we can get a clean Emperor fight.
Oh, looks like Epic Wade. Oh no, actually the right room is loaded, but Epic Wade's having trouble sliding through the collision here to get into the elevator. There we go.
That can be tricky sometimes.
And yeah, unlimited beam ammo, annihilator beam, double damage. There is nothing this guy can do.
Yep. Also cannonball, 3 PBs. Should be good. Yeah.
Just barely got that first bomb.
Yep.
But yeah, the multiplayer pickups were also in great spots today. Because yeah, for those not in the know, normally we don't have unlimited beam ammo, double damage, and unlimited missiles in the pool, but semi-recently, and by that I mean like 6 or 7 months ago, we were able to get those implemented as items.
That's Emperor 2.
Alright, pretty good, save for that one outlying tentacle.
Ooh, that was a good screw attack, I think.
You should have been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a true screw attack there, right there.
Yeah, that was a beautiful Emperor 3. And now we escape. And meanwhile, on Sunshine Sparks, and Emerald Pie is going to also fight final bosses. So I would wager that Epic Wade has informed Pie that they are confident with Secretless for the rest of the game, even though they have supers at this point and could just go to Lower Torvus that way.
Well, Epic Wade have to do the pirate fight first.
Right, because
I don't know if he did it. Yep. So yeah. Okay, let's see if we are getting centered here.
And Lucaria signaling GG regardless.
Yeah, there's probably no way here that Sunshine Spark will be able to come back here.
Ooh, this is an interesting idea. Lucarius decided to use Dark Beam charge Dark immediately to force Dark Samus to flinch and throw up her shield immediately after with a missile. And with double damage in Dark Beam, this does 60 damage apiece, and it is GG for Lucarius.
Very nice.
Very beautiful done.
So officially, Team HECC has won their round 1 match with very speedy times. 1:28.18 for Frost and 1:39.22 for Lucarius officially.
Indeed. So yeah, again, fantastic times. The total time is just going to be slightly under 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's really good.
Hello, hello.
Oh, and we are joined in the race, in the voice chat by Frost. How you doing?
I'm doing good. That was a interesting seed. Super Jack.
Indeed. Although logically a little bit more complicated, we did discover where supers ended up being.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Lucaris will be here in a second. He's just on the toilet.
Yeah.
But yeah, where were those?
Supers were in Transport Access in Phendrana. Transport Access North.
Oh. Okay, so I might have stumbled upon that actually, not too long after.
We do not, however, know about Seeker missiles. Epic Wade has elected to do the rest of their seed Seekerless as well. But Emerald Pie found supers while before Wade found hints. So.
Interesting. I also passed by it, but where were Gravity and Thermal?
Gravity was in Elite Research. Thermal Visor was in... I know something was in Hydro Access Tunnel. I think it was Grapple.
Hydro Access was Grapple, so Thermal I think was also in Mines. I think that was logically you were supposed to go into the back of...
Vent Shaft.
Yeah, Vent Shaft. They were supposed to go in the back of Mines and come out the front, I believe.
Lucarius now joins...
Yeah.
Hi.
GG to you, Lucarius. Congratulations to the two of you.
Thank you, thank you.
So yeah, that seed started out really scary with those bombs.
Yes, it did.
But yeah, luckily we got enough to do in BK, and things kind of just, yeah, went alright, I guess.
What were your thoughts? How did you feel about the early multiplayer items? Did it make things a lot more cozy for you?
Oh yeah, sure did. Because sometimes you can find those like super late or not at all, and it's like rarely any use. But then when you find them early, it's just oof, such a breeze. Being able to spam Annihilator, especially. Whew.
It's a good thing you got double damage after Alpha Splinter. Yeah, let's talk about the early game.
Yeah.
Both of your main power bombs in your first rooms.
That was something.
Yeah, that was some nice comedy.
Yeah, indeed. I think both were required early on, weren't they?
Yes, power bombs were needed in Echoes for Phazon Suit, and I don't know if main power bombs were needed in Prime in particular, but they're still nice to have.
Yeah.
Not that I can think
Alright, let's see these items.
Yeah, they replaced bombers for quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my experience, if you get early artifacts for Prime, it tends to be a Jet Seed, which is nice.
Yeah, the Sky Temple keys were pretty much all chilling in either Lower Torvus or Vault Side Sank, which has been a bit of a common occurrence lately in the CGC.
Hmm.
I'm just waiting for the scroll to finish to see.
Yeah, I've seen where they are,
Stickers.
so I see interesting stuff on my screen right now.
Oh, this should be real interesting. All right, so Gravity was in Gathering Hall. Seekers were in Elite Research alongside
Gravity?
Suit.
And Phendrana Transport Access, I think it was, for supers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Seed
Transport
North.
Access North is Chozo. That's right. There's
So,
two different transport accesses.
Interestingly, because I'm looking at the restream right now, I see Wade does not have Seekers, yet Emerald is doing final bosses.
Yeah, so Emerald got supers before Epic Wade checked hints. Epic Wade had been also doing some out of bounds shenanigans as well, but had a bit of a slower start due to some minor emulation hiccups, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there was also they ended up finding Ice Beam first as well, because they went back for Plane of Dark Worship. They also found something else earlier, but I think it ended up kind of leading them in the wrong direction for a little bit, because there was really not a whole lot going on in labs.
Nah,
Yep.
the early ice beam find was nice, but because we still required bombs to remotely go anywhere, it kind of didn't matter on the long run, which was the gutting part.
Yeah, the two things that held up Sunshine Spark was Spider Ball and Sand Cache, because Epic Way didn't go back for that right away. The other was Dark Beam, because of the Emerald Translator and Sand Cache. Not the Emerald Translator, because of the just not getting back to Transport A access quickly.
Oh, yeah. But also interestingly, Emerald Pie has their bombs, but Wade does not have boost. How did they get the bombs?
Wade went out of bounds in the
Oh.
save station and fell into the portal that way, going
Yeah.
out of bounds in Transport Center.
Nicely done.
That you can do that, yeah. You have to climb the room like from out of bounds to the top and just drop down then on the portal.
That actually did take them a few extra minutes, because Wade got to the portal the first time but didn't have Transport Center loaded or triggered properly. The game still thought they were in the save station.
Yeah, so you had to redo it again. It was
Oh,
actually while you were on the way to get those bombs the intended way.
Oh, okay.
Like at that point, he just went for the other bounce way to get those.
That was smart. I did. I was very lucky that I happened upon that boost ball.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, this seed was definitely made for the superless, seekerless strats. So well played to you, Lucarius, especially
you.
for pulling all that off. Because yeah, both you and Wade did make excellent use of superless, seekerless today.
Nice.
Yeah, especially those secretless doors. Like, well done.
Thank you.
But yeah, just like Tuesday, the Prime Seed, supers and seekers especially aside, basically got deleted. There was almost
Frost will
nothing.
agree that's not a bad thing. We don't want to see much of mines.
Seekers are a suggestion after all.
Indeed, Seekerless is on my to-do list of tricks to learn before this tournament is over.
Yeah.
I've been trying to watch Mr. Miguel's compilation on that.
Oh yeah. Interestingly, I was doing the same yesterday because I was trying to learn how to do the door in Torvus Temple, the one that leads to Aegon, like from there to Aegon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So I was really upset when I couldn't get that, and then today that would have actually helped me get to Sanctuary a little bit faster through Aegon.
is that not the one where you have to shoot the missile down the corridor and then screw attack awkwardly at the door?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've seen that one and it does not look good.
Yeah. I mean, there is a setup for it, so it's consistent, in quotes, but yeah, it's just annoying.
Yeah, I'm actually quite curious to see what everybody's like quote-unquote training regimes are for CGC, because there's definitely things on my plate that I want to learn before going into the tournament matches. So I think everybody's got those little things they want to scrub up on or learn completely new, because there's a lot of very powerful tricks that are available that definitely make CGC a lot more interesting, especially the out of bounds.
Yeah, I got kind of intimidated by Aaron's light suit skip the other day.
that
Oh,
was
jeez.
ridiculous. Props to her. That's so good.
Though I don't think DF has seen the back of that one for a long time.
Nope.
I don't. I think we should buy him a hat like Crossway. What is that?
All right, so I think at this point Wade has retrieved all of the Torvis keys and is just on the way to Sanctuary now, and also just found Ice Spreader.
Nice.
And yeah, actually, because Seekers were in Prime, they were never going to be hinted.
Yeah, that too.
For that, yeah, you were actually going to end up just having no intel for the rest of the seed because Gravity wasn't in your seed, Seekers weren't in your seed, Supers weren't in your seed.
Yeah, so for once, actually, hints not really paying off because usually they're pretty good, but
Yeah, the hints in general were not that great today. Like, you found the bombs hint after getting Dark Beam.
yeah. Thanks, game.
Was there any single hint that was actually useful, obviously outside of your Sky Temple keys? Was there anything that actually helped to route? Or were they all just post information?
Annihilator, maybe?
Yeah, the Annihilator hint.
Pi is out. Yeah, the Annihilator hint was pretty good, but Pi is out of power bombs.
Oh.
And is getting pestered by the... Actually is getting a little dangerously low on health for this scenario.
Just shoot them with the Phazon Beam.
Yeah.
There's still one Fission Metroid on the field.
Yep.
And it's still pestering him.
Making this one seem very, very dangerous.
Oh, and the Phazon pool's gone.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is a disaster.
Oh, the shockwave knocked them away from the bomb.
And of course, Prime Drop System not dropping power bombs when it's needed most.
Right, get on that pool and get those. Oh, there we go.
Managed to save
it.
That was kind of rough.
26 health remaining and gets the clutch win.
Finishes with a 151.08 and says in the race time, GG, I hope I don't have to go back, LOL.
Well, you did mention that Wade knows how to skip the Seekers, so I guess that they won't have to go back.
Shouldn't need to, yeah.
I think the problem here is that Epic doesn't know how to get down.
Well,
like
Epic has supers.
Yeah, I mean, like down like to Alpha Block chamber without gravity. He doesn't know how to do like.
Yeah. Because Wade doesn't have boost, so can't turn the crank to go from from training chamber to gathering hall.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's actually a problem.
Boost is in Prime, was it not?
Yeah, boost is in Prime.
Yeah.
Is it into Zank already?
No.
No,
Also,
wait. Boost is in Profane Path.
Profane
that's
Path.
right. Because
Yeah,
it locks
No,
bombs.
he could do in what's the room code again? Hydrodynamos station. You could do
Underwater dash, air underwater.
underwater dash. Take your pick. Go down there and then with Spider like go to Under Temple. That's how I would do that right now.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on what tricks they know to get in there.
Yeah.
And also, well, there's that cannonball, of course, in Sank in
Cat West.
Cat West, yeah. Which that was the funniest thing because that was like the one before my last check. It was just research core for my last key. So I said to Frost, like, "Oh, just give me cannonball to make this really free." And then there was a cannonball there. Oh,
it's a good thing you didn't have to go back up.
Yeah, true.
Otherwise, that would have been one of the most insulting cannonballs ever. Next to
that would have been
like, yeah, we've seen cannonball in mining station access before. Cannonball can be pretty rude sometimes.
Because
I had a cannonball at Portal Access A once too, and I couldn't keep it.
Too bad.
But yeah, so they could get that boost to fix it instead. Because Hive Gyro Chamber also is going to require a boost to get the key, unless you know the I think there's a screw attack you can do there.
Yes, there's a precision screw attack you can do to get on top of the central pillar over the spider sphere to get that key. And I actually did just learn that trick a couple of weeks ago. So that's a good trick. That's a good trick. And of course, Epic Way getting befuddled by the fact that for some reason you never have enough power bombs to go through Putrid Alcove. Never. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many power bombs you have, you still somehow need to get a drop before going through Putrid Alcove.
Wisdoms of Echoes.
By the way, how much were you expecting the Poison Bog cache to be Seekers?
Yeah, not really at all, actually. I kind of scanned that and I was like, oh, that check's dead. It's just a missile upgrade. Kind of half forgetting that it was possibly Seekers.
Now here's another question for you. After main power bombs, were you considering Phazon Mining Tunnel having progression? From the early Phazon suit?
Oh, for me, yes. If I ever entered lower mines, I probably would have beelined for that one.
Because, yeah, we were thinking that is, like, literally right behind main power bombs. It is entirely possible we could see PMT required for a change.
Yeah. Luckily, Wave was my go mode, so I never had to consider that, but
yeah,
it was on the back of my mind.
TGC, I think you were saying earlier that Wave go mode is basically the best case scenario because Wave locks out literally half the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it tells you that at least your stuff no longer goes any further there, but it's also probably one of the more, I wouldn't say stressful, but it's more of it leads to more BK out of the other beams, I would say.
For sure.
We didn't fight any major bosses, right?
None that were required. We did see Plant.
Yeah.
Ross, you went in to do the reverse Flagra, so I think that was about it.
This CGC has been surprisingly devoid of bosses.
It really
It's
has
interesting because for practice, Thardus feels like he has items quite often, but
in my practices with Everrazer, we almost always had Chica required.
Chica? Wow.
We had like 2 or 3 seeds in a row where Chica was required, and then the seed Everrazer rolled. The Echoes player was basically deleted and had almost no progression. The hints gave up by Amber.
Wow. I mean, you guys are the best seed rollers after all.
Aye, that we are.
Me and Bah have experienced Flagra having a lot of progression for us in our races, so it seems like it's a very mixed bag between teams.
Oh yeah, we've been on the opposite end. I don't think we have a single Flagra, or yeah, one check out of like 20 seats.
I think the boss that's been showing up more than anybody has been Powerbomb Guardian.
Yeah, Cosmo and me, we had like a lot of seeds where Light Suit is first required, and second, it's always freaking Dark Oasis.
Ah. The best of checks.
Oh, well, actually, it's funny. The seed Everrazer rolled for our practice last couple of nights ago. Had various suit on Umos too.
Oh
my God.
Wow.
But, that's what VMRs are for, aren't they?
Yep.
Yep. Oh my god, that's insane.
Why does it always happen in practice?
It's
Be
preparing
honest,
us for the worst.
Yeah, it's much
That's
better
literally what
seen
we
in
said.
practice, so that when you end up in round 4 and you get that absolutely disgusting siege, you're well prepared for it.
Pretty much. Like, I shudder to imagine how seeds are going to play out when 4.3 drops soon.
Mm-hmm.
What's that going to change?
Well, it's
Phazon
probably...
suit.
That's one thing. It's going to hint Phazon suit, but I wonder if there's going to be any, like, logic, minor changes, that does drastically change things. Because I'm
Don't think
wondering if
much
there's
in the way of logic changes that are happening with 4.3, not that I've been made aware of. The majority of them are the biggest one that I was informed of was the phase on suit hint. Anything else is probably going to be like minor bug fixes or
yeah.
maybe just some like cosmetic tweaks or UI tweaks and stuff. But
Yeah,
we
but
could
still.
double check.
I wouldn't mind seeing something that disperses the Sky Temple keys a little bit. Just because of, I mean, them all being stacked together is nice when you're the runner, but it has been making the seeds fairly chat.
That is purely down to multi-pickup placement. I think
That's fair.
you would probably need to just RA it off, and you might see a little diversity. But there's a spreadsheet somewhere in tournament discussion, I think, where about a month, 2 months ago, we done a bit of research on what the placement spread was like with multi-pickup placement on and off for CGC and solo seeds. And to be honest, it was not drastically different between them.
Fascinating. So then, for once, Randovania just doesn't have it out for everybody like it normally does.
Yeah.
The one thing we did see, and it's actually quite surprising, is there is a bit of a hotspot for PMT, but we've not seen that happening with the seeds that we're playing during the tournament. We've not actually seen that hotspot kind of pop up, but we had seen it in the data because we generated something like 15,000 seeds per each individual game or CDC kind of settings, and we kept seeing PMT crop up on occasion quite a bit. So it's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. You could see this seed as well, because I was just reading the key hints and was like, oh, that's free, that's free, that's free, that's free. It's, yeah, place it in really, really easy to access checks. No
Yeah,
dark
very linear
oasis,
as
no
well.
stuff like that.
You had most of the keys in your seed besides the one that Frost sent you. I don't remember where it was. And Frost, on your case, you only had, or Lucarius only had 2 of your artifacts, which were in GFMC and Alpha Splinter.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Alpha Splinter wasn't in the third inventory.
Oh yeah, that is Dark Elf.
Oh,
But yeah, I do like layouts like this where it's about 50-50 in the keys. It's less fun when there's like 16 keys in one of the 2 seats.
It's especially
Yeah.
if it's the Echoes player and they're spread out, because then the Echoes world is harder to traverse than the Prime world just because of how big it is. Not to mention the Dark world doubling it.
Yeah, it's to the seeding seed that basically had all the artifacts and keys and echoes.
Pretty
That was
much.
horrible.
yeah, and in our experience, if that happens, it's always the Echoes player.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because the Echoes game world is a little bit more is better designed overall between the 2 games because of the way the limitations for progressing through Prime is. So I think the Echoes just has more variety open to it for placement.
Alright, so we're seeing Epic Wade here attempt to do air underwater here. What this is it's a frame perfect trick where you morph as the camera crosses the plane of the water. Unfortunately, something that I think is holding Wade back here is that Wade isn't using L to line up the camera straight with the plane of the water. And I think, because every time you space jump, it does angle the camera down just a small amount. Yeah, that one was too early, for example. But yeah, this is a frame-perfect trick, so this is not an easy trick.
Are you supposed to space jump on this one?
You can do either or.
Okay.
I usually don't space jump.
But yeah, I think I also normally just single jump. I definitely single jump for Lagoon Air underwater.
If you're not comfortable with that, I think the underwater dash is, I guess, easier to learn.
Yeah, for the most part, Wade's morphing too early.
Yep. You can do it!
And
nice.
there
There
we
we
go.
go.
Now, one thing that Wade should try to not do is boost or bonk onto a wall before getting to the light door, because the light door is the one that. Whoops. Okay. Yep. Still fine. Is Wade opening up the path to Alpha Blog? This isn't gonna do any favors.
Yes, it does, because you can access to Undertemple that way.
I guess you
with
can go that
Spider-Bot.
way.
Yeah,
That's
since
fair.
Undertemple has the keys. I think PB Guardian had the key, right?
PB Guardian had the key, but the only problem is that Wade's now going to have to go back out via the dungeon portal again like you did. So regardless, it's going to be the same steps.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's another thing Air Underwater does. It makes the beam shots a little wonky. Power specifically. Everything else is mostly fine.
I wonder why it does that.
Well, if you shoot like from outside of water, like to the roof of water, like the surface, it like kind of also bonks there with power beam. I don't know why, but game devs decided that. It's the thing.
All right, the ammo fish being ammo fish. Now, oh yeah, we're going to use Spider Ball to get there through Alpha Blog. And we know Alpha Blog doesn't have anything at this point.
So where was gravity boost for echoes?
Boost was in Vent Shaft, no, Vent Shaft had Thermal Visor. Gravity Boost was in... Oh, geez, I actually don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
remember it being anywhere particularly pleasant, though. It wasn't on a boss.
Was it the first elite research item?
That was gravity suit.
It was.
We
Yeah.
Oh, it was
was
suit.
gravity
No,
boost.
yeah. Elite Research had Gravity Suit and Secret Missiles.
Oh wow.
Gravity Boost? Yeah, I don't remember where Gravity Boost was.
I think we missed that on the
I
credits.
think it's actually in... Was it in Gathering Hall? Echo's Gathering Hall? Let me look through your credits real quick.
You mentioned something about hydro dynamos, or like for the hydro tunnel in Prime.
That's right, Hydro Access Tunnel.
Where's that? In Frigate?
Yeah.
The final check.
Nice.
Oh, doing PB Guardian without boost feels bad.
Yeah. Which,
Oh,
to be
and finally-
fair, gravity boost is not required. This
No,
seed.
you could easily have gone. Not easily, but you could get away with it this seed.
Yeah.
By the way, Sonic Boom was in Central Dynamo.
Nice. Yeah, that was a little bit sad.
Cobalt
No.
Translator was in Gravity Chamber.
Oh my.
Huh.
Wow.
At least no space jump boots.
Oh, I was right. Gravity Boost is in the Torvis Gathering Hall. That's rude.
Yeah.
That's kind of yikes. Alright. Wade not
That's-
having too much trouble with Powerbomb Guardian, thankfully.
Yeah. That's pretty
Yeah,
much
you
on
should
your
be
way to vanilla gravity boost, so yeah, rude.
You had screw attacks, so actually Wade couldn't have even done Gathering Hall anyway because they still do not have Boost Ball.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a way you can do it, but it's pretty toxic.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's you can like screw tag on the thing, on those spinny spider things, and then you can try to instant unmorph into the tunnel, but it's really precise.
Yikes. You know, I know Wade's got enough bombs to get out here.
He just has to go to save warping now, and then should be good. Don't forget your key.
Oh.
Nice.
I was about to say, yeah, I heard that audio cue.
The last thing you want to happen is leaving one key in Lower Torvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had something come upon me when I grabbed Hazing Cliff and went through the portal, and something in me was like, I am missing something. And then I look over at my sheet, Hive Gyro, and back we go.
It happens.
Yeah.
Especially like, yeah, I'm done. I don't need anything anymore. And then you're about to save warp, and then wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right, so that being said, Wade is now done with the Lower Torvis cleanup, so we'll now be probably either save warping to Sank or going out through Crypt Portal and going all the way to Gathering Hall, not Gathering Hall, Training Chamber that way. Okay, is going to save warp.
He can't go to the training chamber without doing out of bounds stuff.
Well,
Because he blocked
because
himself.
because Wade.
Yeah.
Oh, Wade. What Wade did was Wade did open up the path to Alpha Blog, so could have gone out from the Crypt Portal, jumped to the other to the Light Beam door to go to, or jump to the Seeker door, since all the bridges are open. So could have done that, but
yeah, the secret door is still locked.
Right. Could have still jumped to Gathering Hall though, gone in that way.
That's true, but he didn't know that Gathering Hall has gravity boost.
Oh, that would have been a pretty insulting find too. I mean, although I still think the most insulting item in Echoes is Screw Attack in Torvis Lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that can be. Ugh.
Although, I did make, quite a while ago now, but I did make a video on how to get Torvis Lagoon without air in the water. You can out of bounds from the portal room to get it.
Oh my.
Wasn't actually me, I think it was Baha who did it in a weekly.
I think it's like it's probably the same how the light suitless poison fog works, I guess. Like similar to that.
Not quite actually.
No? Okay.
No, you jump out of bounds, like how you would normally get back inbounds, and then instead you like jump for the Aether box that's on the right side of the room. You jump all the way up to the top, and then let yourself drop on top of the item, and then you morph back inbounds on top of the item in Lagoon.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Also, what's a pretty insulting item in Lagoon's also Dark Beam.
Oh yeah. Because you put off the check because you're like, well, I can't go on in Torvis anyway because I don't have Dark Beam, and then that ends up being Dark Beam.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But yeah, I think nothing beats Cannonball on Mining Station Axis.
Oh yeah, that's really spicy.
During the race, I was a little nervous because I think I skipped past the Aegon Temple hint. So I never got to see what that was.
Yeah, the Amber Translator was in a bit of a wonky spot with the early Aegon route.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Making his way to Sync now. Getting Hazing Cliff and Hive Jarrow, probably.
I wonder if they can do Hype Gyro without boost.
Yeah, this will be very interesting.
Yep. I think that it's not that bad. But
Yeah, because technically you can do it without even BSJing from the Hive ammo station entrance.
you can stand on that one worm thing. I'm not sure how they are. What's their name? But yeah, from there you can have to do a precise jump and screw tag, and then you can grab the item. But like, if you fail, of course you have to like reclaim the room like over and over again.
Did we get a hint? Well, actually, sorry. Did we see where Cobalt was in the credits?
Yes, Cobalt was in. I saw it and I don't remember now. But it wasn't in a great spot. Gravity chamber. Cobalt was in gravity chamber. So yeah, again, a lot of the optional convenience stuff was pretty out of the way.
This is the Hazen Cliff key, and then just straight over to the other side of Sank.
Probably. So, regarding the Echo's locks in front of Hive Gyro, what's the best way to, like, super combo it to get all the locks in one shot? Because I know it can be done.
Probably Dark Burst. I think it's also possible with Sonic Boom, but I think Dark Burst is like more consistent, I guess.
Probably.
Because it's like more like spherical, like hitbox, I think, and Sonic Boom is more like a plain thing.
Okay. I think Wade forgot that there's no wall there.
Yeah, I don't know why
there's.
I don't know why they put that spider trick there anyway. Like, it's kind of pointless.
Consistency with the light world, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
The drops.
Oh, yeah.
Still not as satisfying as Charged Annihilator on the fish and Torvis.
Charged Annihilator or even Sonic Boom, just to get it all in one shot.
Yep.
Echo, especially in Wade's case, is also great as an anti-lag visor, just because it looks like Wade's emulator has been struggling throughout the majority of the race, and Echo Visor removes all the graphical effects and all the distortions that may be on the field, and that really plays havoc on a machine.
Oh, that's a good hint, actually, because my emulator also struggles from time to time.
Yeah, that's why before I got my new rig, I would always be very happy to see Echo Visor if it's just strictly for the anti-lag properties.
Oh dear, no boost for this, so I think
Uh-oh.
Epic must be considering alternatives. I know there's a screw attack option from the other side, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the option we've been discussing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can jump on the worm cache and then just you have to do a pretty precise screw tag. But
I assume... Oh yeah, sorry.
Epic Wade must go to the other side, yeah.
I assume that they are looking up a video, or we're looking up video on how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like they've just gotten the idea to use the sphere. I usually did it from the door when I first tried this. But yeah, the thing is, the main trick of this one is busting out of screw attack at the right point, and also not bonking on the spider track.
Yep.
Like that.
Unlucky.
I don't remember if it was a weekly or the tournament race, but I remember doing Hive Gyro for some reason because it was required, and then getting off the track and then being yeeted by a spankweed right onto the platform that had the save station. Right onto the edge of the room. So it was like, wow. Why can't I get that when it actually matters in a race or something?
Yeah.
Because it might have just been a practice. All right, so Epic Wade is back up top.
I see Wade didn't get unlimited ammo.
No, Wade never went back to that's too high. Yeah, I think you have to start the screw early. So that way you can have you get one screw and save the second one for getting under the spider track and onto the central pillar.
Ooh, wow.
Almost.
Yeah, because again, Wade's got the height, but not the horizontal breathing room. I think that's the other reason I went from the door, so that I can be a little more liberal with exactly when to hit my screws.
Yeah, also that huge amount of lag is like, it's not doing a favor for Epic Wade.
I think it's probably the lighting at the bottom of the gyro chamber that's causing it, and the lights on the red lights at the top of the room aren't helping either. They're not helping either.
Personally, what I've experienced is that mobs, so AIs, are causing lag. So, like, the more
Yeah,
monsters are active, so when he gets close to that sphere, all the tentacles spawning, I think, might be what's causing the lag.
that's part of it, I think, yeah. Because, yeah, AI is a pretty big source of lag in video games. I'm playing another game now that the AI, up until semi-recently, was a huge cause of lag. Yeah. I mean, when I did this trick, I BSJ'd as well from the top of the thing, and luckily, there we go.
Nice, well done.
Well done.
Some freedom finally.
Yeah, it's what station access, what station, and main research.
Yeah, and unfortunately, without Seeker missiles, Wade has to go all the way back to Hall of Combat Mastery and go all the way back up. So yeah, this is going to be a long walk.
That, well, that's what you have to do if you skipping supers and seekers. Sometimes you have to do a lot of
Horrible routing.
backtracking. Yeah. Doing that again.
Yeah, learning new tricks on the. I don't know if that was Wade's first attempt at it or Wade had to learn that on the spot, but it's satisfying to learn a new trick on the spot in a race, pull it off, and then it'll probably help you out a lot in future races. Because I had to do that once, or in a practice seed, I wanted to skip Spider Guardian, and that's how Miguel taught me screw attack into the tunnel there.
Nice.
That's a trick that I never fully understood how it works. Like, I ended up practicing it for multi-world purposes, but I just didn't understand exactly what allowed you to stay in the tunnel and why it would push you out sometimes.
All right, Wade just now noticing that without the mini gyro stopped, has to go the long way. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty long walk.
Which mobile tunnel are you referring to?
Going into Spider from reverse.
In Dynamo
Dynamo?
Works. Yeah, the
Well,
Dynamo Works tunnel.
The screw attack method or the other one? The
I
instant unlock.
I was taught the screw attack method first, and that's the one I became attached to.
Yeah, I learned the instant unmorph.
And then I think it was Jagger G was the one who taught me screw attack in slope jump screw attack in Grand Wind Chamber to get Wind Chamber without bombs.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one as well.
That's a great one. I love that trick.
Just has to be
Much
careful
easier.
to not soft lock.
Yeah.
I found that the amount of room you get to avoid soft locking is actually pretty lenient. I haven't actually soft locked yet trying that trick.
Yeah.
As I was learning that trick, I soft locked once, but it was like practice, so not like a race setting or something else, or a multi-wed with someone. Well, usually for the instant unmorph method, I just tend to, I feel like a certain spot I aim to, and the thing is, somebody have to like tell you where the exact spot is, or like when you need to jump, because then it's pretty consistent actually. So
Yeah, the other thing that for the screw attack into tunnel for Dynamo Works that I found really helpful was that I noticed that if I tried to enter the tunnel at a straight angle, I kept falling through the tunnel. So I made my angle like 10 degrees, like using a small outcrop in the wall as sort of a guide mark. I don't think the... Oh, okay. I was about to say, I got a little worried when I saw the green lines finish because I thought that soft locked the puzzle.
I think Epic Wade doesn't know how to do that fast.
Oh dear. I think it's just trying to lock the red side in first, because the red side can lock in now.
Oh.
There's a consistent method to this, isn't there?
There is,
Yeah,
yes.
There's,
Is it the second one that's like a Z shape where you go top, left, bottom, right, or something?
Pretty much. Actually, I think that's the... Yeah, it's the second one. Or is it a Z shape or is it an N? I can't remember.
Ah, it's one of the two, yeah.
I wanted to do the blue first.
And
Okay.
I think this one is bottom right twice, and then you go... I think it's just like you spin two of the others once. Something like that.
I know that I think the second one was like 3 times bottom left, and then
Was that what it is?
then one time top left, and then 2 times bottom right, if I recall correctly.
Been a while since I've played Echoes.
Yeah.
What's your excuse, Session?
I'm not doing much Zank. I mean, if you're at that point in main gyro, then you know what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's just muscle memory. But yeah.
I'm sorry for calling you out. Oh,
No,
that's an awkward bonk.
yeah.
Yeah,
You can actually bonk
generally...
on that thing.
Yeah, generally the sooner you get your screw attack started, the easier it is to one-shot a respite. Incoming fourth wall break.
And shut down.
That actually rebooted the Variasuit faster than actually doing the intentional reboot strat.
Not 100% sure as to what we're trying here, but
I think Epic Wade just wanted to take out the respite, but just had some bad angling on the screw attack. Because actually, with super missiles, resbits go down in one shot with double damage. So super missiles actually would be more effective in this scenario.
I've always enjoyed Watch Station. I think this is a very fun room to learn to do like fast with the standable terrain and whatnot.
Indeed. I've generally had pretty good consistency as of late, but having said that, I completely blew it in my race with my race on Tuesday, mainly because I left the res bit still standing.
Yeah, you wanna take care of them first. You can.
Yeah. I think it was just
be
because
rude.
that's the last thing I needed to do, and I was like, come on, can I get away without this, please? And unfortunately, Wade fell out of the slot all the way, so he's going to have to redo the track.
Yeah, because there's all sorts of different ways to climb this room, which is interesting. Because, like, on the side that Wade has been climbing up, you can stand on the actual track itself and then screw attack over to the central cannon. Or you can go ahead and do the slope jumping on the other side of the room and do the standable, and then the awkward backwards jump, if you so wished.
Yeah, that's the one I prefer.
Yep.
Generally, I've learned...
I
I don't remember who taught me this, but I've learned that angling putting the stick to neutral before doing the instant morph generally helps.
Oh.
I don't
That's good
remember
to
who it
know.
was that taught. I don't remember who it was that taught me that, but that's some wisdom that has helped me for sure. All right, Wade's going to be getting the ATS key, and then soon after, Cannonball.
Yeah, good thing they did this room before going down to Cat West.
That's what I was saying to you earlier, Lucaris. It's a good thing that your last key wasn't up in ATS.
Yep.
You didn't have to go back up.
To be fair, if it had been, I would have probably dropped down and then taken the Echo Puzzle Dark Portal to get back up to ATS.
Could have done. Would have just been a pretty minor inconvenience.
Yeah. Depends. In my case, maybe not worth it because I had Boost Ball. In Wade's case, definitely would have been worth it.
It's actually rude that he gets. It's actually rude that he gets a cannonball now with boost.
Oh yeah, right after doing the high gyro.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at the schedule for the rest of the day. I believe there is another race on this evening.
Indeed. There is at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 p.m. UTC. That is Xenocal, which is Xenowars and Callum Chiss versus Chillin' with Kevin, Despise, and Hunch Bunny.
Yeah.
And that will be at 7. And then the next race currently scheduled after that is Wednesday, May the 4th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so that's 10:30 UTC.
I'm actually curious about the naming that Interslice and Shorik have chosen. I'm curious as to the background of PVC Pipe for a team name.
Yeah, I wonder too.
I know where Team Goldfish comes from. I know the running joke between Haxaplax and Merricat, but PVC Pipe's a fantastic name there.
What does Team Goldfish come from?
It's just that they've got they have this common joke between them that they forget things quite easily.
So do I.
Like Goldfish.
Nice.
Yeah, I admittedly I've been Goldfish memorying my routing a little bit too, mostly in practice, thankfully, but it's happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, another race later this evening, calmed by Aero Razor and Bash Prime by the looks of it. No SG assigned to that just yet, so keep an eye out on the Discord, I guess, and see what happens.
Yeah, although I'll tell you, the race I'm really excited for is on next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We've got Team Orange versus Green and Team Second Place, so that is Baja and Ginger Chris versus Bash Prime and Digglerath. That is going to be a battle of the masters right there.
Yeah, we'll be closing out round 1. I'm extremely excited for that one. I think just getting that kind of first round match out of the way is always a relieving thing.
I think I'm gonna sign up for comms that day.
And then the only other race, which is on the Saturday, May 7th, we have Bellator and I believe it's Bellator and Haldadrin, versus Naida Bat, and I'm not sure what Red's full name is, but it's just marked as Red here. Red.
I think it's Pokemon Trainer Red,
Is it? Right.
but don't quote me on that one.
Yeah. So more matches going all the way up to Sunday, and then we'll be obviously running into round 2 from there.
And Quentin goes yeet once again. Game, I need you to stay in one piece, please.
Yeah, don't crash right now.
At least not until the safety save. But it should be noted that I don't know how Prime is handling things, but the Echo's restreams or Echo's weekly restreams are going to be put on hold while the CGC is in progress. So there won't be any Echo's weekly restreams between now and probably the end of June.
I think that's actually a good idea because we're scheduling with 4 people here, so most of the matches are probably going to be in the weekends when the weeklies would be happening.
There's a good chance mine will be, since I'm returning to 40-hour workweek scheduling starting on May 16th.
Ooh, good luck.
And obviously with like me and Cestrian, for example, being on the EU side, Lucaris as well, for trying to schedule between US and Europe, weekends just help out a lot there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite surprised that it was Sunshine Spark who suggested this time, and since they're from NA, they suggested starting at 8 a.m. their time.
Oh, that's nice of them. Yeah.
I'm also from NA as well, so it's just a typical Sunday morning for me. So I was free. I figured I'd join in.
Was it good?
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Wade is at 9 keys, but I'm not sure why they went down the violet elevator.
Yeah, it looks like 9 on the tracker.
Oh, maybe he wants a ship safe.
Lucarius and Frost, actually, we did have a question in chat. What's the inspiration behind your name? Your team name?
Lucarius handled that one.
Well, we were just like, alright, we have Cross Game Cup. And they're like, oh, heck, man. And so HECC was born, and we're like, but what does HECC stand for? We're like, something with Europeans, and we couldn't quite figure it out. So it's like, heresy. And thus the heretical Europeans of the Cross Game Cup were born.
Oh my god.
Heretical Europeans of the Cross Game Cup. I love it.
Oh boy.
Just make sure that there aren't any Inquisitors nearby. I don't want to be seeing any Exterminatus going on. That's pretty much the only thing about Warhammer that I know. Other than that, I'm kind of behind the bandwagon.
My knowledge is very spotty across many conversations I've got with friends. There's like so much lore in that universe that it's just impossible to try and keep up with.
Alright, so Wade is just about to wrap up, so I think at this point we should be content to just let them finish, and we'll see if we can get them for an interview.
That is fair.
Final small out of bounds. He should be golden.
Yeah, and Wade's done this already, so this should be a cakewalk.
Let's just hope this isn't the moment where it actually starts to trip up on them.
I don't think so, because Secretless has been not a problem. Again, Secretless, Superless hasn't been a problem for anybody today.
Yeah, and also if you fall in the out of bounds there, I think there's a decently easy recovery for it.
Oh, he doesn't know how to out of bounds and the other.
Oh, yeah. Wade's gonna out of bounds the whole way.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
to do the screw tech method again?
I guess we'll find
Ooh.
out.
Yeah, very good.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
That's kind of cool. I will say that.
Yep. I also just recently knew about that thread. Like a couple of weeks ago, Aaron Explosive did sent a video how to do that. And I think it was in weekly or something. But you can also do it without bombs.
You know what was interesting about this seed? Virtually no red keys. We did not even that they weren't required, just that we didn't find any of them. The only one we found was the cannonball. Another thing about cannonball is it does also open up any door that's got a blast shield, had a blast shield previously on it. The reason being is that the doors become vulnerable to any damage after a blast shield is removed, not just any beam. So they actually go down to cannonball damage.
We've seen
Oh,
a
yeah.
few of them. Yeah, red keys.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
I
true.
think
We
I
did see one of
collected-
each.
Yeah, one of each, and then I'm pretty sure I passed by one red key somewhere when I knew I
There's
was
a
in
red
Belmont.
key in the Hall of Combat Mastery's dark side, I think. Or is it no light side? Sorry. Yeah, Hall of Combat Mastery.
Yeah, we knew where the Torvis and Inghive keys were. Well, kind of, because the Inghive keys are irrelevant. But
Yeah. Oh yeah, here the way Epic Wade is doing this is actually the recovery for if you go from the top and then fall down.
yeah, this is going to be a bit of a long ether jump here, but other than that, not too crazy. Although I do have to say, one of the craziest out of bounds I've ever seen in Prime and ever is early Elysia. Like, Prime 3 out of bounds is nuts.
Prime 3 out of bounds is like probably the most complicated thing that will probably never fit in my brain.
Yeah, because in Prime 3, if you do some out-of-bounds stuff correctly, you can trigger the Spire defense sequence at the end without having to assemble the Theronian Bomb, without having to get ship grapple. It skips a huge chunk of Prime 3.
Solid A the jump by Wade. Well done.
Alright, and that's going to be Wade's path to final bosses. And pretty much same equipment minus the unlimited beam ammo, but with double damage, you basically get double beam ammo, so... Whoops. Spankweeds being spankweeds.
I've always found it weird how the spankweeds have unusual hitboxes because they flail around.
Indeed.
Like, sometimes you can just shoot them without any difficulty, and then sometimes it takes you like 15 seconds to even hit it.
Yeah, it is weird. Sometimes the lock-on just doesn't quite make you hit it right.
Yeah.
And it's the knockback from those are pretty insane.
It's like
But I
I
think,
said, the spankweeds in Hive Gyro once yeeted me onto the save station side from the sphere.
Yeah, on a safety save. Very good. I also ended up saving a lot more than I normally do throughout the seed, simply because I was doing a lot of out of bounds, and you really want to make sure that you have a save before. As case in point in sand processing, where I accidentally hit some collision and then ended up screw attacking instead of jumping.
Yeah. So what was? Were you going to check storage C with that? Was that what the original? I thought that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was trying to get into the tunnel right before bioenergy production as well, but wasn't being nice to me today, so figured I would just skip it, not waste too much time on it. And luckily, I didn't have to go back.
To be fair, I think it's better to not do out of bounds if you don't really have to. Like, if you know that there's something important, then yeah, go ahead, but as long as you don't know what there is, yeah, maybe there's something important in there, but
Yeah, that's true.
It,
Normally,
it takes a while to do that, especially with going back to out of bounds when you got the item, because it can be sometimes pretty random if you get the forced morph into out of bounds again.
yeah, that one is rough. I did practice that one a bit as a warm-up before the race today and got it decently consistent. But yeah, in terms of routing, that one is usually nice if you can go from reverse laps, so starting with DS1 and then going the other way around, because you get sand processing, and if you're out of bounds from there, you can check storage C and pretty much all the other checks in one go, and you'll just skip the annoying puzzle there as well.
Yeah.
Looks like Wade is screw attacking a little too high again. And Ebering is also being extremely uncooperative here.
Yep. Well, Emperor Ring already has been through this experience with Lucarius, so I think on the second run, he's like, nah, I'm going to play defense.
Oh, did he just sidestep that? Screw rude.
He's bringing his A game for this one.
I've heard that there's a possibility that the game can crash if Emperor does start the light or like dark beam laser thing.
I am not sure about that one.
Like yeah, that one. There's a possibility that it can crash the game.
Don't
Beams
jinx
are.
it.
But I don't know if how consistent that is. Maybe someone in chat knows, but
Those do seem to be graphically intensive, especially the light beams often make me lag.
yeah.
Apparently, it's if you kill Emperor 3 during the laser phase.
Oh, I
With
see.
screw attack, according to Dark Zero. Ooh, one more pixel. Like, a few Annihilator shots right now would probably do it.
I saw that Emperor Ing heals itself if you shoot it, actually.
It does, yeah.
Yep. So you don't want to shoot it if it just has a sliver of health. Oh no.
Oh. Let's see what ends up happening.
Yeah, because the light. Notice how small the light sphere is in Empering's mouth in this case.
Yeah.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Okay, there we go.
I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense.
Alright, now, does Wade know the exact amount of shots he needs to do to not put Dark Samus into DS4?
Yeah, with double damage, this is a lot more complex. It's 12 Annihilator shots, which gets it to 288, and then 3 lemons should be 300 on the dot. So it's 12
Correct.
Annihilator, 3 lemons.
Yes.
Those poor lemons.
When life gives you lemons, shoot them at DS3.
Or in the case of Paper Mario Randomizer, when life gives you coconuts, throw them.
That's
Oh,
way too
and
many.
centered.
It's just going right for it.
Yeah. Oh, starting off with a phasal attack. That's rare.
Yeah, that is pretty good. 2 almost in a row. That is not too bad RNG for a change. Now, getting hit intentionally by the big missile isn't actually that bad because it does trigger a flinch, and that does render you immune to flinching for about 30 seconds, I want to say. Ooh, unfortunately, that immunity just wore off.
Yeah, sadly, Dark Samus in DS4 has like health bars like certain thresholds that she can't go above, so trying to do the skip doesn't work anymore once you've been centered.
Yeah, she can only take like 52 damage max or something like that. It's a particularly low number.
It's a shame because that makes it just feel extra bad when you do get centered.
Depends on how early you get centered, because this is about the HP that you would get if you had a really good first screw. So I would say at this point, if I got centered, I would still feel meh. Like, not the worst in the world, but not bad either. Although it would be satisfying if I nailed my charge shot right as she came down so she wouldn't loop back around to center and would just immediately stand back up again.
Yeah, I found that
That
timing
last
as
shard
super
again.
missile. Yeah, timing as
Excuse me a
super
moment.
missile is nice.
Excuse me a moment.
Yeah, it seems Epic Wade is having some timing issues. He's always getting flinched out of the phase on shot.
I found that if you aim above the boss instead of locking onto the boss, it's less consistently, well, more consistent to absorb the particles and not get knocked back.
Yep.
I think it's more that what's happening is they're picking up some of them and then looking for the quick shot and then getting hit with one of the remaining shards, I guess.
Yeah.
Fun
They're
fact.
having decent luck though on getting these.
Alright, one more.
Quick fun fact: if you screw attack into it, you can like bounce off it and screw attack again, like a yo-yo.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay.
Alright, GG's.
GG's to Epic.
GG's.
If marked Epic is done, so hopefully the invites will get sent out.
GG, everybody.
GG's.
Yeah, I just still can't get over how easy the artifacts and keys were in general today.
Yeah.
Like, there's usually like one or two that are pretty lousy, but I guess you can argue Hive Gyro, but that's it.
Well, that boost location was kind of bad.
I mean, yeah.
Hello?
All right, hi there.
Hello.
Welcome to the
So,
booth.
where was Boost Ball?
Profane path. Profane
Well-
path.
Uh,
And
Um,
Seekers were an elite research
with gravity suit.
with gravity suit.
of course.
So, your opinion on the seat?
Prime side was good at least. The artifacts were all pretty good. And
Yeah.
keys even. I just got to that point where it's like, do I check mines? What are the odds mines has something for echoes? And turns out it's Seekers.
Yeah, and then of course Cannonball shows up in Cat West right after the last key, or before the last key.
That's who.
So the the way things turned out is that you actually ended up finding the two of you ended up finding your well, you found super missiles for one thing.
Mhm.
HECC did not ever set foot in Farfandrana
Oh.
after Echo's hints. Both Lucarius and Epic did a lot of superless seeker lists, and that also is what led you to get your bombs. Since Wade did that out of bounds instead of getting boost ball.
Mhm.
Yeah, so both
Weird.
Frost and yourself, Emerald, managed to get bombs roughly the same amount of time.
I was
Oh.
supposed to.
Really?
Maybe only like a
Now.
few
Oh.
minutes apart overall.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah,
Wade.
wait.
Hello.
Hi.
GG to you.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
The boost was in Profane Path, and Seekers were in Mines.
Which room is Profane Path?
It's the Echo Annihilator lock in Sky Temple grounds near near
Oh.
GFM near Dark GFMC.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then your Seekers were in my Elite Research.
With
In
gravity
Phase
suit.
Mines. Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to finish it without them, though, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
So TGC was just alluding to this, but the two of you ended up Lucarius and Wade, you both ended up getting bombs for your team at roughly the same time, just using different methods.
oh,
Wade, you went out of bounds to fall into the portal, and Lucarius got boost ball out of Profane Path first, then made another dive back to Aegon to grab bombs.
Yeah, and Epic also found Ice Beam earlier than HECC did.
Yeah, but without the bombs, it was hard to make any use out of the the ice beam.
yeah.
And I think for the Prime side, I think the major difference was the Spider Ball was found for Prime. So when Frost went into Fendrana, they had Spider Ball already, so managed to get the Wave Beam immediately, and then went straight into kind of the Fendrana cleanup for artifacts and whatnot. Whereas you weren't able to get the Wave Beam as soon as you went in there. We had to wait a little bit longer for that Spider Ball to come up. So
Yeah,
that was probably one of the biggest things on the Prime side.
Ah.
I almost considered trying to get the one bomb jump in that to skip the spider ball in that room, but I don't know that one.
Not easy.
Yeah, it didn't.
It's one I've been meaning to learn as well.
We do want to give you credit where it's due, though. You did a lot of super lists and secret lists today.
Yeah, I mean, I did it. We were doing a practice round yesterday before this, and we had the same exact thing come up, so I guess it helped a bit.
Nice.
Nice.
No, I think overall the seed logically is a bit of a mess. But obviously, with the kind of being able to do superless and secretless makes routing a lot easier. No major bosses required, which is always a plus.
Yeah.
Just Powerbomb Guardian as usual.
Just literally joking about that.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else I want to ask. Anything else, runners, that you would like to add on before we close out?
What did you think of the cannonball right at the end?
Yeah,
That was really annoying.
Yeah, that's rude, huh?
I was thinking maybe I should enter Torvis earlier, because I can do the out of bounds movement to get into there with just screw attack and bombs, pretty much. But I feel like I wasted a good bit of time in the upper side of Agon Wastes. But
It's just a bummer there was absolutely nothing in that region. The only thing you that would have been anything remotely helpful was unlimited beam ammo in main reactor. That's about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, if that's everything, then I think we are going to close out, folks. So thank you, folks, for watching this race in the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Cross Game Cup. We will be back, barring any, if we can get a channel for it. We will be back later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UTC, with the match of Checks Notes. The match of Xenocal versus Chillin' with Kevin. That is Xenowars and Callum Chiss versus Despise and Hunch Bunny. It looks like that actually just has been assigned a channel, so it'll be on SG2 tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We do hope to see you folks there for that. It'll be a lot of fun. GG's to our runners, Emerald Pie, Frostbite, Lucarius Lion, and Epic Wade for their performance this morning. And thank you to my co-commentators, Cestrion and TGC, for Ginger Chris for joining me in the booth today.
Right back at ya.
Yarp.
And with that said, folks, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you next mission, which will hopefully be tonight. Take care.
Adios.
See ya.
See ya.
Yes.
Bye.